Anyway, welcome YouTube to we've just been listening to that for the last 4 minutes, so remember we have a no flirting rule on this server.
108.6.
It's not my whatever it was.
Radio.
Whatever it is,
Jesus
it's not
Christ.
my fault.
Remember,
It is entirely
it's
your fault.
always Sally that's instigating it.
Remember, it's Sally's fault.
No, I would never
You
instigate. I would
are the
finish, but
slut.
I would never instigate. Wait.
Quite
Wait.
Oh, you finished? Okay, alright.
Oh, by the way, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Please don't.
Do
Jesus
that at the
Christ,
start of the
Sadler.
video.
Please don't.
Arcane is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
And is
I
endorsed.
wanna-
The audience is entirely
just me.
mentally retarded.
Is it just
Oh, wait,
me?
Korak was about to read
and you'll all disappear.
Korak was about to read out our endorsement. What was the endorsement?
Right.
So everything said in this stream is endorsed by the Aiden Paladin, officially.
Every
Wonderful.
single thing.
As she keeps-
Can
Everything.
somebody put
100%.
Invader on a leash and take him outside?
Stop
You're-
flirting!
Please stop flirting, for the love of God.
I don't want to take him outside. You can do it, Bright.
Oh, you want to take him
Ew,
inside?
no.
Okay.
No.
I'm fine with that.
No.
Well,
Invader.
white woman with a
Invader-
dog fetish. Who would have thunk?
Invader consented to Bright taking him out on a leash outside.
No,
Enough
I said I didn't mind you taking me on a leash inside.
No.
Very different
Anyway, fellows,
Remember me at bottom. No, okay.
you play a
Listen, this
bottom
is
on
an
the
integral
internet,
part of Day of
Sadler.
the Damned. Look, this is an integral part of Day of the Damned that has to happen.
First off, let's
Look,
talk
I'm easy. I never specified how I was
Oh
easy.
my god, he's
First,
a slut.
second, Aiden endorsed everything that was just said. Go on.
Exactly.
Oh,
All right, so last time we went to Arcanglia, we shipwrecked on this island. We saw an axolotl woman in an abandoned village that should have been filled with people. We went to.
They
sleep
were
at
there,
night
but you
after-
just didn't see him. You just
we,
missed
we,
him.
went- we
It
went to
was a
sleep at night
quinceañera,
after
or whatever it
massacring
is.
some bears. The bears came back from the dead, and our guide was gone. We found the guide raising up a bunch of spirits. We killed the spirits, and our guide saved.
You returned back to camp where George had bacon for you.
Yes.
There were
Bomb.
no
Bad
pigs.
bacon.
More or less.
There we go.
More or less everything that happened.
Bad bacon.
literally the worst bum imaginable. Doesn't freaking do anything. He's just like the worst housewife.
Damn.
Damn. Damn.
Okay. At least I had food ready for you hot after you came back from work, darling.
Ew.
No, not the belt!
Don't freaking call me that.
Jesus Christ, stop flirting. It's against the rules.
So your return to camp had some rest, according to the last few winning minutes of that episode. What's on for today, right?
Well, you can
Marching.
make your way without much in the way of interruptions towards Ferimpor.
We were heading this way, weren't we?
Here-ish.
Fair and
As you continue your trek through the jungle, the vegetation grows less dense, and the jungle turns into a savanna. And on the distant horizon, you can see the vague outline of a city. You are close.
And there's much rejoicing.
Huzzah, hooray.
I mean, I wasn't that happy about it.
All rejoice, except Aethith, who was kind of miffed about it for some reason.
Yes.
Now we just need to find our magical items. All of it. They're all
At the
gone.
bottom of the ocean.
At the bottom of the ocean.
Or
Never to
inside the
find them
gull
again.
of the owl whale
I mean,
thing.
I
I
can
can
just
walk there.
look.
Never
Take
to
a
be
while,
seen
but we have
again.
time.
Well, if Aethith starts looking again, I'll never be found again.
I mean, I'll find them.
Yeah.
Like I said, never to be found again.
In any case, as you approach the city, you are stopped at the gates by the guards. It appears that there has been somewhat of a manhunt for you on account of your sudden disappearance, along with the rest of the ship. and the
Despite
fact
being
that you were expected and very important guests, according to the Archduke.
Good to be recognized. Well, we're here now.
Small
The
bit
guard.
of owl whale trouble.
What's an owl whale?
I don't know. It was big.
Well, anyways, the guards are going to escort you to what would it be called? A house you can stay in. It's nothing special.
Just
it has
a house, not a manor.
Well, you're not supposed to be staying
Villa?
here for long.
Also, they hate car.
Yeah. It's just
Kind of.
diplomatic slight.
Kind of, but you're an important guest, so
It's a guest
they
residence.
won't. Yeah. In any case, clothing is provided for you to replace the rags you're currently wearing.
Yeah, the waterlogged.
But, you know,
Uh,
my armor's in top condition.
He says,
Padding, though.
water still sloshing around it.
But half of that's jungle water, mind you.
Clean. Clean water.
Alright, so I guess
I can
I'm
use
just im- I'm
myself
just
as a
imagining-
water barrel.
I'm just imagining Aethif tapping one of your joints and just drinking from you.
What?
Yeah, it's
if he was also not a skeleton.
No. No. Nathif isn't.
It-
No.
So I'm guessing
In any
the guards are nearby. Are we expecting the hospitality of the mayor of the city?
She is rather busy at the moment and sends her regards and has instructed a convoy leaving for the capital to escort you as soon as possible. But you do have some time around the city if you want to look around, try and.
Yeah.
All right.
First thing I'd ask the guards if any, belongings have washed up on shore.
Well, lots of things wash up on shore all the time. It's usually finders keepers with that type of thing.
Ocean law.
Ocean law, if you will.
Well, off to hunt down some fishermen.
I actually
Well,
fully agree with this statement.
Give me some rolls. Hunt down some fishermen.
I will join in this pursuit.
3.
4.
Right. You've located some fishermen. Some of them dredging through the nets they've brought in.
Tell me, good sirs. Or rather, greetings, good sirs.
They greet you in a far less official-sounding manner. It's more of a good day, mate.
I understand
Or
there's been a
Australia.
shipwreck recently. You wouldn't have happened to have found anything with certain insignias on them, would you? And I'll just point at the gauntlets and the cross.
Bits and bobs wash up ashore all the time, but nothing like that. Heard our old man Harris had gotten his hands on some stuff, but he's a loon.
Do you know where he is?
Down by the shore, the dilapidated-looking house,
Thank you.
shack. Okay.
On my way.
Come along, Aethif.
Fairport
Yeah,
looks pretty nice.
We have a hobo to interrogate.
I'll kind of lurk off in the shadows while you talk
Yeah.
to him.
All right.
I will firmly
Uh,
knock on the ramshackle, shitty door.
How close are you to this building, Aethif?
Hmm. more just like off to the side, where if he looks straight out, he doesn't see me.
But you can see the building clearly, right?
Yes.
Give me a thievery roll.
All right. Whee. Pew. 7.
Right. You can recognize some old symbols belonging to what used to be known as the Thieves Guild on that building.
Ah. What's it
You
say?
you can also remember that the grave you robbed that netted you the 500 gold and the strange magical boots was signed by a man named Harris.
Ah. I'm gonna interrupt my colleague and say, I'll handle this. I think I have an idea what's going on here.
If this is some sort of thievery,
Why would you
I
suspect
don't
me of
care
this?
as long as I get my stuff back.
All right. Well, I will deal with that.
All right.
All right, George will
You
step
can,
aside.
He steps aside.
I won't leave, but I will
Now, give me
step
a
aside and not engage.
give me just a knowledge check again, thievery.
Eight.
Okay, you can, from your time working under Spider, you can recall a basic knock that thieves usually use to signify one of their own is approaching. So you can rat the code off on the door.
Yeah, I'll do that gently.
The door swings open. An old man missing half his teeth with a crazed look in his head seems rather happy to greet you.
Which half of his teeth is he missing?
Well, it's it's random. It's not like he
Alright.
lost just half of his fucking jaw.
You never
well-
know.
Well, anyway, I politely greet him, in a culturally appropriate way.
Right.
Someone
Welcome, friend.
Yes.
How can I help you? It's been a long time since we've had someone who knew the walk.
Yes. Well, I was directed here, but oh wait, hold on. Wait, sorry, out of character. You said that his name was on the shoes, right?
Harris.
His name was on the gravestone.
Oh.
Well, you can guess the gravestone was just a cache of buried stuff that he hid.
Ah. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, I'd say I've heard you may have found some stuff that prior to a recent shipwreck may have belonged to me and my friends, and I was looking to inquire about this.
What kind of stuff you looking for?
I list off the IDs, the cloak, blah, blah, blah.
Had that, sold it.
Could you give me any leads on where you sold this?
Sold it in my basement.
Your basement.
I'm just
Any more
gonna
information
step
I could
out
get
at
on this?
Yeah. We'll step into the doorway and not say anything.
Right. Well, you can look around if you want to, while the man's busy with Aethith.
Yeah, I think I will.
Do you look down into the basement?
Yeah, I think I will.
As you peer down into the basement, you can tell that there's not really any way to enter or leave other than the staircase you're looking down.
Yes.
I'll just turn back. And just say, wouldn't mind me having a look for certain things that have gone missing.
Like I said, sold them.
Is there any information you have about who you sold them to?
Strange looking guy, speaks weird. Made a shadow. Glowy eyes.
I'm gonna
Travels
look
in a
at the
box.
salesman note.
It says not now. Busy.
Make the time.
You take her back in the skull and walk down into the basement while they talk.
As you make your way down into the basement, the card itself almost vibrates. It's radiating energy.
Alright. When I'm in the basement, I will pull out the card again.
The text on it has changed to patience. Still gathering the last few bits.
If you can hear me, and any of my things aren't returned, I'm sure we'll come to an arrangement. And I'll tuck it back in and leave.
I'm
already trying to kill one deity.
As you leave the basement, Old Man Harris begins patting you down, making sure you didn't steal anything from him.
He's not getting his hands on me, or I'm putting my hands on his throat. And I can't let go.
Give me an intimidate.
Six.
Alright, he thinks better of patting you down.
That'll be the smart decision. I'll leave you two to finish up when I find the others. Aethif, it's someone we know very well.
What, you're saying someone we know very well has the stuff, or what?
Yes.
Man, you say that like we hate that person that we know very well.
Doing this circumstance because he has a certain propensity for wanting my things.
You should give him some of your things.
He has a propensity for wanting things.
Exactly.
And giving other things in return. And you just happen to have things.
I want my hammer, and I want my wand. The sword, you can keep the sword. Well,
you're gonna have him back.
No,
eventually.
no, actually, no. I can have my sword back.
But he decides when eventually is.
Well, I guess if we have the information we need. Anyway, since I'm already after Mayor wanders off, I'll ask him if there's any relevant work that he needs done nearby.
Did you tell him to not rat?
He's not a harpy.
Harris
Ask
is
him-
neither a
ask him if
harpy
he
nor
knows
is he
any
part of. Harris is not a harpy nor is he part of.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna bring this up.
Spider's attempts to revive the Thieves Guild. He's just very old guard of the original.
Yeah.
However, he doesn't have any jobs for you as of now. He apologizes and wishes you luck.
Oh, well, thank you. By the way, I enjoyed your hidden cache. I say as I wander off.
Hidden cash, he asks?
He maniacally laughs and walks away.
Okay, fair enough. Harris, being paranoid, is going to pat through the rest of his house, not knowing what hidden cash you were talking about.
Anyway, do I see any harpies?
Not really. There'd be more inland.
Okay.
You're
And,
likely to encounter a lot in the capital, though.
And have I spotted any markings that may be relevantly left by the spider or associates?
Not really. And your schizophrenia doesn't really act up either.
Huh.
Well, more than usual.
This place seems awfully peaceful for a port town.
Suspiciously peaceful.
Suspiciously peaceful, one might say.
So George will inform everyone
Might be-
that
well,
the
that-
magic management has our fucking magical items.
Given that this place is so abnormally peaceful, that might be relevant to the spider's plan, so I will not interfere.
So, what about the rest of you? The two of them went hunting for your gear.
Well, after enjoying probably the first abundant bath possibility, I guess Carwood tour the town with Ellen, well, whoever joins with. I'm guessing, of course, Velma would be coming though.
Well, Vilna's coming along because she has to. It's her job.
Yep.
Let's see. Would you find anything interesting really touring the town? What are you interested in? You're looking to buy some stuff? Did Dave even leave you any of the money he found?
Buy something?
No, he's for fucking penniless, I assume.
Yeah.
So we're unfortunately having to just window gaze.
We've been in this situation before.
Well,
Yes,
let's
and
see.
Tar can't do any thieving unlike anyone else here.
A lot of the stuff doesn't really grab your interest. You've seen either better make or you just have no desire to purchase such things. However, in the shop of one of the windows, you see a bird glove, which reminds you that you've been without yours for quite some time.
Doesn't look familiar, does it?
I feel so sorry for that
And it's
beloved
not
bird.
yours.
Okay then.
But you're not gonna get any messages without them, so
What would I be even doing about that? I guess I could.
well, the one in
trade
the one
those
in the
souls.
window is marked 100 gold, so
I don't have 100 gold, but I could ask him if he wants to. Well, ask the shop proprietor if he wishes to have some fine Willand plate mail.
This particular shop doesn't do
Do bartering.
pawning, but there is a pawn shop down the street where you can sell off your unneeded stuff.
The armor and weapon of a past guard somewhere down the coastline.
All right, you can probably scrounge up enough supplies with the alcohol and whatnot to get yourself the 100 gold you need.
Another bit of disappointment from Aura, I'm guessing. Unless we have
very
some
much so.
alcohol at the house that we've been provided.
Not really. It's rather scarce on supplies. Clothing's the most you can find in it.
Then Aura's probably getting irritable.
Well, we can deal with that.
Yep, so that stuff is traded for 100 gold.
Meanwhile, Aethif's fucking clanking around with 500, not giving a shit.
I mean, I'm not there, am I?
No.
No, you're just walking around. You're just walking back to wherever you're going. Just clink, clink, clink.
I mean, my idea would be to meet up with the people again to let them know about, the progress on.
Yeah, you can meet up at the guest house later. But for now,
Say,
a very fancy
don't-
bird glove is in your possession if you buy it.
All right. Yep. We'll need it. Likely gonna have to send a message to Willem that there was a shipwreck. But lived, bitch.
The
Ellen-
magic
Ellen
glove
Carr's
or
alive,
the bird glove does what magic is inscribed into it, and you are suddenly on the horizon. You spot a slew of birds. They appear to be headed towards you.
Oh shit! A lot.
How
of
many's a
birds.
slew?
At least an 8 from his count.
Jesus Christ!
Uh-huh.
Did you say birds?
Yes, not harpies though, and they're not rioting. They're doing their job.
Okay.
You're
Of course, you
saying
I
could yell
don't
at the
have-
messenger birds not to riot, but
Nah, they're not harpies. Unless one looks really related to a harpy.
Don't all harpies look really related to birds?
Not to all birds.
True.
I mean, a dove and a crow do not
I
look
mean,
related.
have you ever met a tall harpy?
Are we really arguing like bird eugenics?
Yes.
When else would we be able to argue?
See
bird
the
eugenics?
racism stat.
Which you don't have.
Make him
Also
remove
reduce
something
one
else.
stats for one.
Yeah, there you go.
Those crows moving into our neighborhood.
Anyway,
Hey, no. The crows is
flocking,
fine, man.
the flocking birds. Whoa! Do they tell a story?
The flocking birds do tell a story. In fact, half, or I'd say around 75% of them are from Willand.
75%. Where the other two come from?
The other two are coming from Arcanglia. They appear to be.
Where you at?
They appear to be essentially asking if you're dead.
Are you dead? Please respond.
Are you dead? Please respond. But you imagine that upon your entrance to the city, word has already been sent. So
shoo those birds away. I'm guessing they're from the Archduke's residence and not from local leaders.
well, they're from the capital. You're not.
Okay. Well,
The Archduke himself wouldn't have sent them as scribes.
yeah. So at the palace or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep. And the ones
As-
from Willand.
3 are simple status updates, telling you what's going on. A 4th is describing some sort of terrorist attack, it would be. Apparently an Empire spy had his base exposed, to which he responded by blowing the thing up and escaping with a ship. And the last one, the last one isn't addressed to you, it's addressed to Aethif.
Okay.
Am I there?
You're not there yet, though
Got it.
you can meet up.
So what about the 6th
I'd
one?
say we meet up at this point.
Because 3 were status updates. 1 was saying there's a terrorist attack. 1 was addressed to Aethif. There was
Yes.
where's number 5 or 6?
Well, I think it would have been. Let me check.
Status update saying
it's
everything's under control.
It's looking for a response from you because you haven't sent any messages of your own in a while.
No. We'll send a return message saying ship was wrecked on travel through the deep ocean.
The ship was wrecked. Ship was wrecked. Lived, bitch.
Yeah, essentially, and survivors are my retinue, the captain of the guard, and Elle and I.
I feel so sorry for the captain of the guard failing that badly to the point where your entire ship wrecked.
Are you also going to not mention Chun's girlfriend?
Actually, Aethif, you should take some responsibility for this because you were also the
there.
captain of guard that night.
I'm not there.
True.
I do agree with
But he's not there.
but out of
Saved
character,
by the bell.
You probably thought that nonetheless.
Anyways, I'm sure you
feel
can.
shame for this.
I'm sure enough time has passed for you to meet up. But before then, did you even open Aethif's letter, or are you respecting his privacy and believing that he is truly the goodest of boys who never did anything wrong?
He is
I agree with Elle that he's not the goodest of boys, but far be it from him to prevent or to look at Aethif's letters.
Willa would probably want to examine it anyways, because it's her job to make sure it's nothing
gonna overrule her
security. Well, she's not going to overrule him. She's just going to advise him. It's still up to him whether you do it or not.
Well, fine. She can
Whether you're
open-
trustworthy or not.
She can open the letter and see if there's something foul afoot in there. Because it got to his glove. Well, I mean, Aethys doesn't have one, but it got to his glove first.
True.
Well, I can just-
However, she
I can
can't
just
understand a single. She can't understand a single thing that's happening in the letter. It's all in some sort of weird code. Very suspicious.
Oh, and it goes to
Must
Aethys.
investigate further.
At what point do they hear the probably skeletal footsteps of one short guy and
The footsteps combined with sloshing.
metallic footsteps and sloshing of another guy?
Take a fucking bath already. You still have the seawater in your boots.
What's
Oh no, no.
Squelch, squelch.
He took a bath. This is just new water.
Get dry, get dry.
He took a
He's just
bath
like-
in his
No,
padded
wait.
armor.
Yeah. It's like the boots don't like come off during sex. I'm sorry. The boots don't come off during showering. The boots don't come off. The boots don't come off.
He just sat
the
in the
gauntlet
bath and
section.
it just
The
went
boots
blub blub
come
blub
off.
blub 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 blub.
Someone just needs to.
Squelch.
Someone needs to just turn George over and take his helmet off so he can drain the water.
Fine.
On the
As long as
on
the
the other
bathroom doesn't have
hand,
windows.
on the other hand, he does glisten in the sunlight.
Get dry, get dry.
You just want to see my bones get wet, you pervert.
I'll be honest, he does glisten in the sunlight though, all the time because his armor's always wet.
You
Like
can
a
do
Twilight-
my fucking
like a
laundry,
Twilight vampire.
Amaryllis.
Basically, without the
Amaryllis,
charm. Yes.
you can do my laundry. You can repad my armor. Will you
Aw, how
shut
nice.
up?
Why is it still wet?
Kinda creepy.
Why are you patting your armor?
Why are you
George
patting-
pats his chest.
George pats
Yes.
his chest.
I pad my cuirass. I do. And then just to demonstrate why, rip a bit of that out and just jingle with every movement.
Right in the city streets.
No.
A little scandalous, if I do say so myself.
No, he's gonna wait till you're
Amaryllis
back at the
gasps.
guest house to strip
I am
for you.
waiting till we're back at the guest house, and I will strip, and Amaryllis can reline my armor if she
I-
please.
I don't think I can see exposed bones without marrying you.
In
Also,
any
right.
case, Aether-
Well, my wife is dead, so I'm
Before handing the letter over, Kara's gonna. Though I'm pretty sure they have the message already, he's gonna personally send message that they are in good health. And do to
all right.
resume.
Well, you can send stuff without.
Yeah, but
Well.
then I just went sequentially. Then I can hand it over to Ethan.
Okay. Well, Aethith, a letter arrives in your personage.
Ah, it looks like it's been opened.
Yes, it does look like it's been opened. And nobody has any respect for privacy here, do they?
They really don't.
He's gonna inquire as to why people were going through his mail.
Matter of public security.
Who said this?
Well, no.
Go.
Yeah.
The
Honestly,
Wolf Girl Captain.
no. Tell him it was the harpies. He'll believe it.
No.
No,
But anyway,
She doesn't lie.
He changes to her face and sticks her tongue out at her. And then he goes off to read his message.
Right. Well, after a bit of deciphering, it takes you a bit of time, but you read the letter, and it's from Spider. He says that thanks to your work and the combined efforts of the rest of his team, the plan went off without a hitch. He's not going to be contacting you for a bit, so you're free to do as you please. However, he recommends getting your hands on as many valuables as you can, because once he makes it to the Empire and establishes a safe house, it'll be a market full of customers who have no one else to serve them, and you get first pickings.
He understands the hidden meaning behind this.
Well, so we make our way to the guest house, I suppose.
Well, this is at the next house.
Ah,
Yes.
right.
Well,
Well,
you
George is in the bath descaling himself.
You have
You're
skills?
removing
Blizzard, that would
salt.
sound. If he was a
Remove-
Get the
wizard,
salt
removing-
water off.
You're removing the krill that have taken residence in his shoes.
Yeah, I'm completely. Well, when all the lining is ripped out, I'm just completely redoing my armor in the
Shrimp
bathroom.
lives in this house?
Somehow
No fried rice.
somehow there's a goldfish in there.
Not sure how
Ah,
goldfish got in there.
I'm not even going to question it, and I'm just going to mash it down the drain.
No! I'll stop you.
Well,
I
you
stop
wouldn't
you.
know unless
I
you're in the
straight-
bathroom.
You're
Oh,
not-
so you're in the
why are
bathroom
you in
with
the bath
me.
with him?
He said that he wanted to show
Why are
me.
you in the
Okay, so she's in the bath with me.
He
Let's
said he
go,
wanted-
boys. Even with no flesh, George
Because
can
he
still
said
pull.
he wanted me to dry off his clothing, so I watch him find those goldfish. I grabbed
All
it
right,
from him.
fine. I won't mash it. I'll just leave it in the water, I guess.
I pick it up with
Oh,
my hands and I walk off.
Wow,
I'm
absconding of
taking
your
it.
laundry duties.
Goldfish comes first.
But where is she taking the goldfish?
Yeah.
She's presenting it to her sea god.
You know, you can do that with a bucket, right?
You do
Oh,
a
no,
lot
no,
of things
no.
with the buckets.
Look,
can wear us a
all I
hat.
need to do, I need to take care
Look,
of it.
she
It
just
needs
drinks
a
some
family.
water and she
Ugh.
puts the goldfish in her mouth and just carries it like that.
No, not that way. No.
No. Hang on. George will just grab one of the random assorted buckets in the bathroom, just fill it up with water, and just pass it to her.
With sparkles in my eyes,
What a
I
threat.
grab onto this bucket with the tiny gold. Like this bucket is obscenely large compared to the goldfish
Yeah,
size.
because it's like
Like
it's
an
a
inch
pail.
goldfish with like a 5-gallon bucket, and I just walk off with it.
Yeah.
A bucket of goldfish added to inventory.
Oh yes, yes.
A
Bucket with
of
an
goldfish.
goldfish.
Bucket, a 5-gallon bucket with a single 1-inch goldfish in it.
Bucket of goldfish contains one goldfish.
Yes.
Bucket of goldfish.
Just
Well,
like Minecraft.
after unless anyone has anything else to do, you can probably get ready to leave.
Ooh, does Amarillo help me repair the armor?
The
I do.
fact that the mayor of
Thank
this town has slided the
I'm going to change
foreign
padded to
dignitaries
spider
is-
silk padded. There we go. I don't know.
That works.
No, the mayor of the town didn't want to see us before we went, so I guess off we go.
George will make a mental note to slightly improve the bust on Amaryllis's armor when he meets him eventually.
Adding extra
What do you mean
pads.
improve?
Yeah, exactly. Add in, make it appear more impressive.
Can't she just do this with the mask?
She can, but it's the same as what they used to do for cod pieces.
There's no cod piece here. It's a goldfish piece for you.
No, I'm not. I'm
Wait.
no.
What
Is
are
that
you?
where
What's the
she's keeping
cod
the
for?
goldfish?
No, not in the cod piece.
She doesn't have a cod piece.
I do not have a cod piece. Also, he doesn't
No.
have anything. He doesn't have any cod to protect. I don't understand.
Yeah, but you still have the cod piece in male armor.
What do you put in your cod piece?
He
Jerky.
pads it. We already saw. We already
It is
spoke
padded.
about this.
He could,
That is true.
He puts his.
He
boat
puts an
there.
emotional support penis.
His
That's
boat.
where I keep my. So I keep my coin purse. Actually,
You should just like
It hangs
flop it
low.
open.
His
Coin
backbone.
purse attached to a bone.
yeah. If I want to lend some money to anyone, I just say, "Here, have a feel."
It's like a Pez dispenser. Every time you click it, there's coin.
So
Anyway, so
only
we're
reason to making it rain.
so we're riding a carriage to the capital or something.
Well, provided nobody wants to do anything else.
I
I've got
eagerly
nothing to
await the land owl tank that consumes our voyage.
There is actually no land owl tank. Marillis and George and Aether, give me some rolls.
Okay. What am I rolling?
Just give me a roll.
4.
Depending on what I'm rolling, 3 or 6.
Man, one of those
Depending on
clouds
what I'm
sure
rolling,
looks
could be
like an owl.
3 or 2.
That would make it a 6 if it's perception based.
Uh-huh.
God, this means that you
as
guys
you-
are just haunted by owls.
As you look at the cloud, it dissipates. Though, must have been your imagination.
Must have been
I was
the
about to grab the owl and put it into my bucket if it wasn't careful.
I compare the shape of the owl to the. And
You
I,
still carrying that
well-
bucket?
Yes.
I keep the visualization of the shape of the owl. I look back at the letter. I connect the letters written in that order, and I figure out the secret meaning. What's it say?
Absolute fucking gibberish. It says nothing.
Oh, it says PP small.
Wow, it says
Cod
nothing.
It is
piece low.
absolutely gibberish. Not even your schizophrenia can discern a meaning inside the letters.
What if I
Are
read
we
it
gonna have to
backwards?
add in like fucking mental disabilities like schizophrenia?
Have you tried using the Roman
What?
cipher?
What about all the letters except the ones that line up with that?
No, still nothing. I'm not sure why you're looking for hidden meaning in something that is meant to be plain meaning, but
Inverse SAT quest.
I think I'm getting it. Okay,
I
this all
think I'm
makes
get.
it all makes sense now.
Meanwhile, I had Pat Vilna.
Oh, okay.
Understandable, but strange.
It found it kind of weird you head pat him.
Yeah,
Are you also Vilna today?
he is always Volna.
At that moment
It's a
in time, he
punishment
still
for
was.
her. It's a punishment for her. You going
Yeah,
through
well,
his mail.
she didn't respect my privacy, so I'm not respecting her privacy.
I
Her
see.
privacy of being
As in
herself,
the privacy of being her own private person.
being her own.
Did she let you know that you failed as your role of captain of the guard that night?
I mean, she would have failed equally, so you know.
I'm
So you're
freaking
sharing the blame.
dead.
Look,
Yes.
one of you was awake for
No,
it.
no, no, listen. He acknowledges his job as the guard captain, and he knows that he needs to do better. That's why he was so diligent patrolling at night, and you know, I mean, it was. I'm pretty sure he's the one who spotted that whole
and
entire
trying-
problem happened.
And
He did
trying
kinda
to find the meaning of the owl in the sky.
He did kind of redeem himself with the whole hunting down the axolotl thing.
Yeah.
He's the best captain of the guard ever, or I should say,
Aethif
Vilna is.
is in fact a useful person to keep around on your side when he's not being a schizophrenic.
Or a terrorist.
Excuse me, he's done nothing like that.
He's done nothing like that. He's only enabled that.
I would never murder anyone in cold blood.
Warm blood.
No, because you don't
Like
have
room
blood.
What about room temperature blood?
He doesn't
That
have
makes it sound
blood.
kind of
That's,
justified.
Room
you
temperature.
can't murder in cold or hot.
Why not? Wait. How do you murder in hot blood?
He's a skeleton. They don't bleed.
I would never murder in cold marrow.
There you
Also,
go.
a
That
hot-blooded-
now. Okay.
A hot-blooded
He
murder.
He
can't
Frozen
even have
passion.
warm marrow because he doesn't make blood in his bones.
No, they
It's
do.
functionally. No, he can't make. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna say this again.
No blood
You can
comes
have
out, but the
marrow
marrow's
without-
there.
You can have marrow without
No,
blood.
I said
you
he-
can't have
he
blood without
can't-
marrow.
He can't have hot-blooded marrow because he can't produce blood in the marrow.
He didn't say hot-blooded. He just said hot.
That's
You
not
can
true.
use
I
cold,
disagree.
brother.
Actually, I said
disagree.
cold.
He
Yeah,
said
it's a
cold.
cold marrow.
I said he couldn't, so therefore he can't murder.
Yeah, he literally doesn't murder.
He only makes accidents.
No, not even that. He hasn't killed anyone that wasn't directly trying to kill him. Actually, I think
Most of us haven't.
Actually, second thought, has he killed? I don't know. I guess those weird cultists in that one valley, the mining place, would count as people. So yeah,
Well, no,
They
really.
that
count as
wasn't
people.
murder. I mean,
They're
you
from
know,
the
like
compact.
Like,
he's slain people, you know, but they deserve it.
Aethith, Amaryllis, George,
There was
and
the guy who made Wilhelm scream.
Chun haven't killed anyone who hasn't tried to kill them. That is true.
True.
A lot of
yes.
people have tried to kill you.
Why did you discount Carr from that?
Because you're a politician.
I did.
No,
Yeah,
he-
so I
Real and true.
I've killed tons of people that have tried to kill me. Thank you.
No, you've also killed tons of people who haven't. You're a politician.
No, incorrect. They all were
We're
trying
here
to
to
kill me.
start a war to kill a bunch of people who haven't killed you.
This is as bad as the self NDA agreement argument.
Self NDA. What?
Don't worry.
Don't
about
bring it up
Don't
again.
I will. I will if it will make you sad. But
No.
that's
You signed an NDA.
No, you don't. Oh, you don't understand.
No.
He
Anyway,
doesn't get it.
anyhow,
Anyhow.
we arrive in the capital.
Yes. As you approach the capital, you can see a giant mountain. Its entire peak carved off. And though you can't see it from below the mountain, it's been hollowed out and is serving as the capital of the country. Let's see.
Al-Hikal.
Yes, Al-Hikal. As you arrive in Al-Hikal, there is a large stone gate currently open.
I walk
Guards standing by the dozen on the sides.
in. So are we in a procession now?
You were given carriages, though they aren't as fancy as you'd want.
And escorted by 2 guard captains.
Yes.
Identical. One isn't
Yes.
there
Two
half the
ident-
time.
Vilna turns to Aethith and asks, Why are you making a body double of me? Shouldn't you be making a body double of the king?"
I don't know. Should you have looked through my mail?
To be fair, the king's harder to kill than
Yes.
I know. Well, yes, and I am doubling up as a guard captain. You know, see, we're looking out for each other. You look out for my mail. I look out for your body. Apparently.
Jesus Christ.
Could you make that sound worse, Aethith?
No, he's
Confused by the
he's-
line of logic, she drops the matter.
She makes a smug look.
I recommend you not.
Which one do you head pat?
Head pat the sullen looking one. You'll get used to it.
That's what she's afraid of.
And that was a warning from
Oh.
Carr.
Well, anyway, the city is rather impressive, but you don't have much time to stare at the stonework or the fact that they've carved an entire mountain. As you arrive in the very center of the city, a palace of sorts, a statue of a lion man standing out front in the courtyard, looking
Is it
very regal. Yes, it is the current Archduke statue.
Is it a dirty work?
No.
No, it is
So
made
it's
in
obviously
Arcane.
inferior. Got it.
You don't even know how to sculpt. You personally.
Not me. I've got to find something to be proud of my descendants for.
Look,
Okay, or I'm gonna be
lot
fucking
of
sad.
your great grandsons decided to go into the flower business. You just gotta live with that fact.
Thank you for my goldfish bucket, by the way.
Oh, you noticed.
You're welcome. I'll make you a better one.
No, it's great. I love it. Don't worry, I'll be
Yeah,
requesting
you edited
more.
it as a card.
Yeah, I'll be doing more soon. Just you wait.
Please
Also,
do.
not to know, but that is full of dirty water.
Dirty water? Dirty water or birdie water?
I heard
Bertie.
birdie.
They're the same thing.
Yeah.
No, just slightly salty. Bones don't
Yeah,
sweat.
you're more than slightly salty.
Anyhow, we
don't
approach
taste
the
it. No
approach the
flirting.
palace.
Yes, you approach the palace and are welcomed inside as guests ought be.
Oh,
And,
good. So you're not doing it reluctantly.
Yes. Inside, the Archduke is holding what you can guess to be court of some variety. A bunch of noblemen arguing with each other. Though upon your approach, his bored expression changes to a spark of hope as he stands up, yells at all of the nobles, tells them to get out, and that he has important business to discuss.
Ah, so he saved,
I-
gave him the saving bell there.
Wait, real quickly, what is your official title? Car's official title specifically?
Car's official title would be
King of Willen.
King of
Okay.
Willen.
Yeah. So I start yelling at him, telling him, "Get out of the way! King of Willen's here."
The noblemen look both. Well, how would they even be feeling? They'd be somewhat pissy that you cut the arguing session off short, but they're all gossiping amongst each other about the King of Willen being here and what this means,
Oh,
and
he's
also doesn't he
important
kind
than
of doesn't he kind of look like Satan and other things?
Georgia, just nod along.
I assure you that none of the posters featured such wonderful.
I mean, he doesn't have the
horns.
horns, but
How does he even comb his hair without his hair?
They were very close to you, to be fair, to those poster makers.
I mean, they did sort of make them entirely after him because of his actions in his previous life.
Yeah, I mean, they captured the essence of you, Car. You should be flattered.
I find it impressive they remained in print for 100 years.
Or
They
rather,
must have really
rather.
Well, as the nobility makes their way past you, trying not to offend, you are left alone in the throne room with the Archduke, who thanks you for coming and apologizes for the rough voyage that he heard you had. It's not
It sounds
common
like
that their ships get sunk.
How sincere did he sound when he apologized?
About as sincere as you can sound when you apologize to
The devil.
the
himself.
Carcalista.
So he's crying.
Well, basically,
No.
Does it seem like it was his fault?
Can you prove that?
No, it does not seem like it was his fault. However, you're schizophrenic, so that doesn't mean anything to you.
He hasn't been wrong yet.
He has been wrong every time except once. Just hasn't, no punishment has occurred from him being wrong yet. It's closer to the truth.
I mean, that's
And
the
I
thing,
assure
right.
you, I well enjoyed the extended tour of your countryside. Oh, yeah, was Axel with us at all for this part?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
Axel is with you.
We were
Is she
guided
with
by.
us right now?
Hmm?
Is she with us right now?
Yes, she appears to be hiding behind, who's the largest person there? Probably L.
Al or George?
God, saying my wife is large.
Wow, rude.
Damn.
Dragons tend to grow larger than most humans.
Actually, you
It-
can't even
it-
say that
it's-
she's larger in height than in width because it's her wingspan.
Huh.
She's wider than she's tall, technically.
And then that's purely that's a God.
I mean, she's thick,
Do
but
not
that's a
say-
different matter.
do- keep my wife's name out.
Yeah.
In any
Yes,
case, the Archduke ushers you into a war room and
Uh-huh.
tells you to take a seat and that he'll. Oh, I need to adjust the grid size. Don't fucking scale yourself up. It ruins things.
What, to fit the...
Just a bit.
Yeah, he's changing the
Grid scale
entire.
automatically when I. Yeah.
He's changing the entire grid to accommodate.
That's one shot. That's one big sword,
There.
man.
Yes.
So anyway, did I receive any instructions from the Absolute concerning this meeting?
Did you end up taking the thing that lets you talk to him once a day? If not, no.
Also, we still have Axel with us?
Yes,
Yes.
we just asked that.
Huh.
Pay attention.
Wait, we still
No.
have Axel with us?
Who do we have with us?
Does Aether change his face to look like Axel? Just so you can be surprised that they still have Axel with them?
Yes. This idea that popped into his head out of nowhere, he agrees with.
We were guided into the interior of your territory by this one here. He gestures to Axel.
On a serious note, he stays as Vilna.
Oh, hey, it's Lily. Prep go.
Oh,
Wait.
change lease.
You're currently disguised as someone else, so Lily doesn't recognize you.
Yes, he's thinking.
No, I'll wait.
Disguise himself as Crab.
Surely that's a good idea. That's a perfect idea.
That's a horrible idea.
And Lane would be on
perfect
this
idea.
side. And Lily's Axel's grandfather would also be attending the meeting.
He's adorable.
He is adorable.
Looks like a flower.
No, Amaryllis, you can't keep him. Preempt that question.
He greets Elle somewhat as though he were familiar with her from before. Though there doesn't seem to be animosity between them at the very least.
God, is he 100 years or something?
Uh,
All right, well, I guess they could have talked at some point.
Dragons live forever. Axolotls don't age.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Beulah.
No. Joel doesn't know Elle personally.
I think your call.
Also, I need to scale them up a little bit because they're small compared to you. They shouldn't be. This
Everyone
thing.
grew.
Probably even more.
Carl looks
Okay.
Axel, your grandfather.
She notices grandfather and decides to make her way to the seat next to him and brace for receiving an earful.
Well, he wouldn't do that in an official meeting.
No, not an official meeting, but she's still.
Go up on unofficial meeting.
Does Car always look like that?
What?
No,
Fair enough.
just the season. The
Okay.
newer art.
In
Oh,
any
no,
case,
Yeah.
both your people.
Yeah, I
and
didn't
the
get my new
king's,
art either.
No, you're
and
fine.
Your new art was all fucking Dark Souls references.
Yeah. Fine, I'll save that for the next season.
Hey, look, fluffy ram across.
Oh, we met Sheep Girl before, didn't we?
Yes.
Or Ram.
Someone rammed her, from what I remember.
Oh.
Specifically, car rammed her, because that appears to be his fucking MO.
That's all he does.
Is it my?
Yeah, really.
Kinda crazy.
Doesn't even govern.
Is
Left it up to
is
his
it my
wives.
is it my MO? He says, surrounded by 2 guard captains, or would it be an axolotl guard captain now?
Yeah. An ash demon.
A wife.
Just. Ugh. So is this sword actually on the
Yes.
table? Because I want to inspect it.
She wanders off to go to the bathroom.
It's a prop sword, mostly for pointing at the map.
I would use a prop sword.
For being very dramatic.
And it's this Tiger Man here.
They have a sense of flair in
He's a
Arcane.
lion man. Yes.
And it's this Lion Man's decision to do that, yeah?
Yes.
Using
I'm
his
gonna look
default,
at him with disgust.
using his default face. Ah, sorry, I'm late, guys. Hi, how's it going?
I'm gonna look at him with disgust, take it off the table, and put one of my long swords on the table.
You're just giving away one of your long swords for free.
It's not mine, it's yours.
Giving away one of my swords for free.
He recognizes the longsword and says, "I'll be ashamed to damage such a nice piece.
They're meant to be used.
Not meant to be used to point at maps. Entirely different purpose."
When they're used on armor, they get a much worse beating.
I apologize for.
You do not recognize. You do not understand how heated things get in this room.
I apologize for a member of my retinue. He has not ever been seated at the table of royalty or nobles.
You sat around a war map once or twice.
It's
Big ones like this. But
it is understandable. I can recognize a soldier when I see one.
yeah, that'll get a polite nod from George.
So I suppose introductions are in order.
I suppose so. I am Richard Gula, Archduke of Arcanglia, and the current War Master, leading the somewhat successful offensive against the Compact.
Hasn't moved much in borders since I've last seen.
But we haven't lost any borders, and if you can tell by our position, that is not exactly an easy thing to achieve.
Restraining commentary about them holding their borders historically.
Yep.
Well, I suppose getting troops across the sea is always annoying.
Yeah, especially when you have owl whales around.
Rivers were a pain. I can only imagine the sea's much, much worse.
Allow me to introduce some of the members that are joining me here today. Our guide, Axel, is the granddaughter of your general there. She's done well guiding us from the shipwreck where we were. Elle, I do not know if you've had foreign acquaintances with, since she has taken up most of rulership in Willand in my absence.
Only through writing have we met before.
The one quibbling to about swords is George Birdie, a refined craftsman.
indeed.
Next to him is Amaryllis.
Hello.
Next to her
I imagine
is
she's not in
Aura.
her spider form.
And during this time, I have a massive bucket with a single fish on the table because I had nowhere else to put it.
And she deserves no other introduction. Next to her is Aura Callisto.
Supposedly engaged to Chun, yes?
I don't think they're engaged yet.
I'll just say that with a almost audible smirk on my skull.
Ew.
What?
Wait,
what?
so you're just
what
showing off
clan
the fact
would?
you're a skeleton?
It's an audible.
What?
This one.
What
He put
clan
his
membership
padding
would
on.
Aura have? If they still maintain
No,
clan,
she's from Welland.
but their
She would be
lineage,
she would be a Marshfoot, but
Marshfang.
yeah,
Well, it was Bargolf was Terry's family name, but
yeah.
yeah. So from
In any case,
the Marshfang
yeah.
clan, well, and whatever clan that Aurora's from.
Aura actually manages a very polite introduction despite her lack of alcohol.
Spider, because maybe. And to my
Despite-
right is Chunhua, a representative of I forget the name. Hagia.
Yeah, absolutely.
The absolute.
The Absolute in Hagia, yes.
Yes, his sword saint of the absolute. Greetings.
And to my left is Just Aethith, and do not mind the figure behind me.
And the god kept.
Velna is
Upon his very brief introduction, he waves to his friend for life.
the crab does a small wave back, but she doesn't do any major greetings because this is a very formal setting.
It was a very simple wave.
Yes.
He wasn't trying to cause a conversation.
Richard takes his turn to introduce his people. Enix Jergal, the general of the current front. He is a wise man in matters of war, though his appearance may not betray it. His daughter, Angelise, a strategic genius, if he does say so himself, though not as experienced in war as him personally. His wife Annette, and the court wizard Lane. No, of course, I hear you and Lane have been introduced prior.
I have been introduced also to your daughter's bodyguard as well during the Hagian tournament.
But of course.
And it is a pleasure to see both of them once more and in a higher position. From what I heard, the Hagian tournament was treated with such disdain by your nobility.
They did not see the point in it, though sending these folk to prove their mettle was a valuable idea. I am glad Angelise vouched for them.
And I was definitely gladdened by the appearance of your own daughter as envoy to the capital to be present for my wife and my wedding.
I would have made the time personally, were I able, but the middle of a war, you know how it is.
I believe this brings us nicely to the topic of this meeting.
Yes, the war.
So
I believe it's in both our interests to do away with the compact. They're uncooperative and, frankly, distasteful.
And they made the recent mistake of trying to make an attempt on my own life. Not to mention, they likely have much disrespect for my wife and much of my living family.
So we are on the same footing at the very least. Though the compact sending assassins is a new one. I suppose I shall have to increase security around here.
I'm glad you had not had to suffer the fate of having a weapon specifically made to damage your own wife. Were it not for the timely intervention of her mother Saleya, uh, I know not, I don't even dwell upon what would happen to my dear Elle.
Upon the mention of Saleya, half the rooms have a shiver run up their spine.
Oh, had you not known that Saleya has been taking up residence near the coast?
I had heard rumors, though I had hoped them to be exaggerations.
They're not.
Yes, it turned out that she also is aware of the Compact's part to play in all this. Though I had asked her to give me time to find out the exact name so she's not destroying townships and leveling wherever she sees fit.
I suppose the best we can do is let UNL handle her.
I do hope you'll hold that in much consideration.
Now then, now that we've agreed that the compact needs to be done away with, let's see, what would he say? Right. I believe this could be achieved if we were to coordinate our efforts, strike them from multiple places at once, divide their armies. From, well, I'm not sure you've seen much war with them recently, however, they rely almost exclusively on smaller numbers of elite soldiers. Dividing their attention would prove rather effective.
Have
So you need to
they
draw them into stable fronts and then launch mass raids against them, yes?
have they made much of an appearance with extremely well-clad metal men, like the type that no doubt your former mercenary confidants have seen in Hagia?
Fortunately, they have not deployed those abominations against us yet. However, from the spy network I have within the compact, they are close to producing more.
Say,
If we wish to strike, we should do it as quickly as possible.
It is worth noting that the metal man himself is only being further strengthened as we speak. And in some perverse way, it's, well, the skill of the people doing it is not to be understated.
And this is the first time George tells us about this.
Yeah.
say, what can you tell me about the Compact's naval strength?
What?
The Compact's naval strength.
Weak spawn a lot of bodies. Just stab them right in the belly button. My character didn't say that.
Their navy isn't the greatest, though they don't have
Despite
much
their abundant
use of
coastline.
it. Yes, they don't have much use of a navy. They rarely trade with their neighbors, and most of their defense is handled by land routes. We have attempted to use ships against them, though those get sunk rather quickly against their weaponry.
Only on the southern shores, I take it.
I would imagine they have similar defenses on the northern shores,
One's
They are
less prepared.
distrustful
likely.
of. They are distrustful of both the Empire and Willand. I cannot imagine they would slouch on defenses there.
Well, the reason for my question was, since there was an assassination attempt by the Compact on the life of Car Callisto, he could probably make the case that this is a defensive war. And since there's a defensive alliance between Hegia and Willand, Hegia might get involved.
Quite
now
so.
the Hagian coast is a question. They haven't really been at war with Hegia, and what little trade they get seems to be coming from that direction. He whispers to his wife. You can't really hear it, though. She goes away for a bit, seeming simply leaving the room.
So then,
How is? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
So then it sounds like the only party in the region that's not involved or unknown in this conflict, well, aside from the Empire itself, which is likely fortifying its own territories, is the Republic on what they will be doing. Have they had any word on compact-related matters with you?
They have been unwilling to enter a proper alliance or antagonize us in either case. And though they sit on what's formerly our land, they don't seem to be willing to give it up either.
They're probably going to wait for you to be weakened after a war or skirmish with the Compact, and then they'll just swoop in.
Possibly, though the fact that
It's the smart thing to do.
the fact that their leadership is elected rather than born for their position could simply imply that they're cowards.
I don't know. If you had to convince people to keep you in power, what better way to do that than to point them at someone you hate and say that they do too? Someone mad.
I suppose.
For-
So.
For obvious reasons, the Compact does not like either Arcanglia or Welland, and I suppose the makeup of the Republic doesn't make them inclined to agree with the Republic either on any count.
True enough, though I believe the best case scenario is to simply keep them out of it for now.
My concern is if they choose to join in on a different motive.
You could always start supplying the Compact with weapons, supplies, during
Or
the war.
alternatively striking either us from the rear and expanding their holdings in air.
While we're undefended, fighting on two fronts.
He pauses to think this over, and
If I may,
perhaps we ought to handle them a more diplomatic route. A few bribes in the right pockets, and an alliance. Not one that has to last particularly long. Just long enough for the war to be over.
you could always go a more different route. If I'm to look at a page from my own history, where certain uprising took place. Simply get whoever's the most unhappy and has some speaking power, give them your support, and convince them that while everyone else in the world isn't looking at them, it's a great time to take charge. They'll be incapable of fighting for much longer than just a war against the compact.
Were the Republic structured differently, an insurgency would probably be the best option.
I was thinking more, what is it? A coup?
A coup is unlikely, especially with the seat of governance on an entirely different island.
Wow. Just a thought. Something like
Best-
it might work.
Best we can hope for is to find a separatist faction on air, though I don't think any of the members of the Republic really wish to separate.
Well, you don't even wish to separate. Just
Not
have them
even-
want to be the ones who want to be in charge.
Not even your former territories want to separate.
It's foreign territories.
Yeah.
Just bragging.
Carr speaks aside to L for a moment. Not really saying anything in particular, just speaking aside. And then,
Just pretending to be important.
well, that is speaking aside.
I would like
As
to
you-
try and convince him of the fruits of having a separatist group be funded but not actually openly supported.
Oh yeah,
in,
the
Federation.
the big problem he has with it is that it isn't really going to be effective because the Republic is doing a remarkably good job at keeping its people happy, despite everything.
That is
Right,
suspicious. They're controlled by
Yeah.
That is suspicious.
Anyway,
Wait, their seat
uh,
of governance is on a different island.
Nevertheless, we should
Not just a swift,
have-
isolated strike. Cut off the nerve center.
we should have some diplomat of theirs in for talks at some point. Perhaps get their
they've been remarkably cagey with sending anyone. Organize the whole ball just the other year, and the representatives only sent a letter.
strange, and we know how democracies love their balls.
You mean how they lack them?
They love what they lack that they see in others.
I don't understand these democracies. They weren't around when I was.
As you're talking, two servants. Well, first the wife comes back, then
Oh,
two
the second
servants
pair
come
of
in and
twins
bring
this
in.
evening.
Listen, don't question. They come in with a map, which they lay it on the table, and excuse themselves
Oh, this is an older map.
from the room. Yes, it is an older map because the king would like, or the archduke would like to discuss how exactly you're going to divide the land once the compact has been taken care of.
Well, wherever he goes to Wound, obviously.
Well,
Yes.
Right there.
well, I would normally
Suppo-
say not to cut the cake before it's baked.
If we do not decide on this now, whatever alliance we make will fall apart the moment the war is over. And I'd much rather not rush headlong into making enemies.
George is going to lean in.
Then,
and,
on your insistence, I will make a proposal that since you have
we
been,
can't draw on it.
well, yeah, I'm not.
Hold on, maybe I can change that.
I would make a proposal that since you and yours have been fighting over that peninsula for a long while,
Doesn't work for some reason.
your blood, sweat, and tears likely pay enough for the entirety of the southern coast, including a great deal of Mool and Androy. Likely, once we enter the battle with Hagians at our side, we can take much of the capital and Reverie easily. So I would suggest that Willen be taking the lands of Reverie and whatever lands immediately surround the capital, as while you've likely been in this, well, you've been in this conflict longer than either myself or Elle. The Compact is a majority human nation, and the Archanglians are not likely to mesh well with those that they have been fighting for the last how many years now?
Well, we've been fighting. We've been fighting before the sun's been changed.
So a good 100 years of no
At the
love
very
between
least.
either your
Well,
peoples.
that's one way
It's-
to foster hatred.
Then the people of this land are of no value to you, and your people are not likely to have any love for them. I recommend that any governance over the former capital of the Compact be left to some hands that have integrated between a variety of peoples, such as myself. And aside from that, yeah,
We could offer them preferable trade rights to resources on these lands.
Fortunately, this
aside
thing.
from
Hold on.
that-
If I lock it, maybe it'll work. Yeah, it does.
Yep, now it works.
So aside
So
from
the section
that,
that we want is a division. Obviously, take all of this.
actually, it'd be more like include some of this. Now, something else that is likely in some contention. Willen would wish for a trading port, at the very least, to connect to Arcanglia, as well as holding a connection to former Willen territories with more familiarity. After all, the Republic may be cowardly. They are not lacking in greed. They've held that land and not returned it for a good century now.
Arcanglia doesn't do a lot of outside trading, does it?
They trade with. They trade with the Republic. They trade with Willand, but they can't really trade.
Is that pretty much it?
Yeah, pretty much it. They sometimes trade with
Okay.
Hagia, but Hagia is very far
Well-
away from them. So
In that case, maybe offer them a trade port there.
No, we're not. We're
No,
not
on
border
that
goring this shit.
peninsula. It's not border gore, it's simple.
That is border gore.
politics.
seems like an
And
awful lot
also-
of land. Seems like an awful lot of land to take, especially if
Well,
you're
they can't
asking
use it.
for a port. Something
The way
like
that I
this would
see
be more
it.
preferable to us if you wish to have a port. Though the port towards Arcanglia would be a rather delicate matter, especially considering most of our people still haven't forgiven the raiding that took place while you had those ports.
The raiding, to be fair, happened while the ports were majority under your control.
Well, the raiding of the main island only started after you've driven us off air. And we do not really wish to be driven off air again.
Which is why
You
the
still have
alliance
your
would have
rather
to
phallic
continue.
outcropping.
Which is why I propose this landmass specifically. Because the Elpis know that you've fought a great deal to just hold a standstill for the last century. They are very ready to take any advantage in the post-war era to take any lands that are drunk on peace. Take it as a personal lesson that I've learned. You do not wish to border with Elpis. Not by land, at any rate. And since much of the eastern portion of Willand is mountain, having any trek of fields that allows us to connect to the capital is all the better. And besides, I've heard word from my intelligence that there have been some raiders in the territory of Mole in the last month. Trying to put villages to the torch, I hear.
Right.
I can speak on this with more information. I visited the compact a while ago on personal matters.
A couple months ago.
They have... A couple months ago, yes. They do believe that it's the stirrings of war. They're very ready for a fight. The populace is itching to go to war at any instant. This whole situation's a powder keg. And
The
it's
world's
entirely, if I may, it's entirely racial in this situation. A lot of the citizenry has been stirred up into a what's the term? Anti-monster person fervor.
Most of the world's been a powder keg, and it's close to bursting. Hopefully, hopefully, getting rid of the compact would let go of some steam. We don't want another great war on our hands.
And to do so, it's best that we have a decent bond between our two nations, and having amicable terms is, part of this. My concerns do, of course, lie with the post-war efforts, much like yourself, why you brought out the map. And I am most assured that Elpis, the moment that the compact is over and we are licking our wounds, they will sweep in to try to take advantage of the situation. And
Being
few,
on land
if any,
with them will be a much rougher deal on our end. We're going to need a more stable base to fight back.
and few, if any, know the concerns of the Empire, and we're already quite stretching. We're more than quadrupling our coastal ports on the North Shores by taking under our wing some compact citizens that need some teaching.
In that case, I would like to take this part of Reverie to establish ports of our own towards Hagia to open up those trade routes. And we would like first pickings of the capital. Supposedly, there's enough armaments there to outfit an army even of our size.
This is when
believe.
George is going to give Kara a very, very knowing look.
I believe. We wish to keep the riches of the city. The grand forges you can do with as you wish.
Do you wish to sack the city, or are you allowing us an orderly inventory of all things before they go amiss among armed forces?
We will do our best to catalog things, though. Once the capital falls, that would mark the victory of the war, of the campaign, as it were. And you know how soldiers get. Things get stolen, lost, uncatalogued.
That's what floggings are for, right?
Floggings aside, we can't guarantee that every piece of equipment will be marked.
Aura, I know you are not directly military person or known for much military matters. But how does your family in disciplining those that it trains in the martial arts of warfare?
Rather strict, she says, not having drunk anything for days now. Almost a week.
The most
Detox.
sober she's been.
The most sober she's been, and she absolutely hates it.
Yeah, man, rehab's been a bitch.
I say trust in my Wolven sons and daughters to take care of some orders and distributing much of the city.
If you wish to,
May I,
if you wish to lead the final assault yourself, then so be it.
It's the forges really that prove the city's importance, so we shan't withhold your due.
We forge plenty of our own, no matter how impressive theirs are.
So we've come to an agreement then. You maintain part of Redberry for Hagian ports. We maintain a part of Mole for Arcanglia ports, and for maintaining a border with Elpis.
That seems like an acceptable outcome to me. And of course one final matter. Once we obtain the land of Mole and Android, there is a very good chance that Willand will be inundated with a flood of refugees, shall we say, former compact members. We will not prevent them from fleeing to Willand. However, we cannot guarantee the safety of any who remain in our nation, if this is of any concern to you.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah. I believe he means to say that his forces will be given free rein.
They have wanted to wipe us out to the last man for the past several hundred years. We are not about to let an opportunity to do the same to them pass us.
Having once had to flee my own homeland as a refugee, I can't say I don't sympathize with him.
Small convening with L.
All right.
Any advice on how to
well
soften them down from absolute extermination?
Well,
She
George might have a
doesn't-
proposal.
She doesn't think she can soften them down from absolute extermination, but in theory, if you are able to re-educate a rather large number of people, the people of the compact are incredibly talented. They aren't low-skilled laborers for the most part. So it would be a boon if you could control the populace somehow.
Would Richard here value high-skilled populace, or as he said, he's
He-
allowing us to gain?
He is allowing you to keep them mostly because
He doesn't see the value in them.
even if you can't see the value in their work, it's it does not outweigh the fact that they want and have successfully killed several people he cared about.
Might be able to negotiate him down to just forced deportations.
Yeah, George is definitely going to try and do that. And just state their value as
That is
workers.
that is an
benefit
in-character
you'll get.
contribution, by the way.
Yes.
He's there with Elle's face talking to Car.
The real L is just sitting there.
She was never
Just
in this
watching the map.
conversation at all.
Nah.
No.
So,
The real
Gala,
L wasn't this conversation.
If I
Car
may.
exits his convening with Elle and says, I understand that your people have been at the inns for quite the amount of time. A small history lesson, if you would. I have begun our conflict 100 years ago with the intent of uniting my own people against them from tearing each other apart as they've done for so long. In the course of, let's charitably call my my campaign and adventure, I've met the course of 5 of the most wondrous people in the world. 5 meetings I would not undo history to go without seeing again. There may have been problems from the roots, and there may have been things that we had to solve as a nation to integrate the others properly. There is much to be gained from sparing some lives in the course of gaining this territory that you will have no regrets for, Archduke Eula.
He thinks about it for a bit. Convenes with his daughter and his wife. Well, things being as they are, we cannot simply leave them in our nation. Not only are they liable to start an uprising or any number of trouble for us, our populace seem to share my fervor in their eradication. Many have lost family and loved ones to their savagery.
Savages.
Perhaps I have a suggestion that you probably won't like too much. But amongst the port cities that are probably located somewhere here, would it be possible to establish enclaves for these refugees in 3 cities that would be governed by basically a council made up by Arcane and Willand, since they have experience in dealing with human monster person relationships for the duration of 1 generation until the tempers have cooled.
A generation, and then the port cities belong back to us again.
Yes.
If that's not possible, you could always simply gather them in the port cities and, over the course of a generation or decade or two, simply ferry them into Willand, where they have no need to be killed and instead will contribute to the wealth of both nations.
Letting them go to Willand is the preferable option for us. Well, beyond simply exterminating them. As for making
Exterminations
port,
take a lot of time. And a lot of
that they
blood.
do, and I do fear what my people might become if exterminations become commonplace.
Right.
However,
How many mass
punishment-
graves would you say would be too many? Is the real question.
However, punishment still must be delivered.
There are those, of course, that carry on the message without being the messenger or the one to carry out crimes that need retribution.
Slavery is still a thing, right? Indentured servitude and all that.
We do not follow the practice, and I am not keen on starting. It has proven poor
Compared to
for the economy.
genocide, I would say it's a better alternative.
And also breeds resentment.
Yes.
I'd say genocide breeds some resentment too, but yeah.
Not
If
if
you're
it's successful.
successful.
6 million compactors.
Only failed
The-
genocide
there-
to breed
there-
resentment, alright?
not a single the compact population hasn't been reduced at all from the Arcane Compact War.
I mean,
It happened, and I'm glad it happened to the compactors.
Look, have you ever heard of the Vendish people? No? That's because we were successful.
The Windish had it coming.
as my good friend Chun points out, though, 1 or 2 generations of tense relations, and then a influx of skilled workers who don't actually wish for the deaths of your people and won't act on it. It's still an alternative, preferable to simply spending the years and lives it would take to hunt down every single one of those that would once you're eradicated.
I suppose so, and it is...
Yeah. Mass graves, you can't plant on them, you can't farm. with them.
Oh, I would have you know they are very fertile.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
We had
like,
a lot of them in Hagia.
It takes a while.
In
You
fact,
can't do
most of
it.
Hagen.
It still takes a while.
Strange.
Anyway,
Can't throw a stone in Hagia without finding a mass grave.
Yeah,
the
but all
point
Hagia
is-
Actually, the stone you threw was a bone.
There you are.
you can't find a stone to throw without running into a mass grave.
And you did say
Well-
it would leave a scar on your people. So,
Perhaps then only those in the military, those in power and similar positions. Perhaps we should hold a court for them,
No.
have them weigh their crimes.
the grand trial of what's the place's name again?
I will not sign an agreement about war crimes.
Andre.
You're not signing an agreement.
I'm not signing an agreement about war crimes. No.
I like that you're.
Well,
I
perhaps
like
then a city start here.
you're actively plotting the punishment for war crimes of the people you're about to declare war on.
Well, their war crimes is existence, and their punishment is death. But
George would just point to this area and just say, why not hold institute a free start there for a matter of a couple generations, as my compatriot says, and declare to be a shining example of the compassion of your people to the world. The fact that you would only try those that would eradicate you and your ways. That punishment's decided beforehand, obviously.
if Willand is willing to accept the refugees, and if Arcanglia is allowed the right to keep any prisoners for trial or otherwise, then I believe we have come to an agreement.
We did it, guys. We made Brussels.
It sounds more like you're making a deal with the Soviets.
It's more like we did made Nuremberg.
It is. It's hang on.
This is just a Molotov Ribbentrop pack.
Yeah, it is. But
There you are.
In any case, the party hammers out some more fine details of the whole thing. How do you end up
George will ask
deciding
if
to
there's
deal
any
with?
30s in the city at the moment. It doesn't decide.
They're in the
Not
capital.
here. And if you so desire, you can make sure no harm comes to the birdies during the war. At least not from his troops.
No, the harm will just come from George himself.
Side.
If they
chose a
if,
side,
if
they'll die like soldiers.
fair enough.
They'll make me proud.
The military men are to be taken by you, but those that research their weaponry, their Iron Men, I would prefer if they be taken by some gentler hands.
If we take them in, we put them on a.
Their knowledge may be used at some point in the war against us. Or they might have been sharpening their swords for the Empire for a long while, and the Empire may be willing to expand further.
This is literally what we did to the Nazis.
Yes.
Yes, literally what you did to the Nazis. But
This-
I mean
except this word
that's just what happens during a war.
Sorry,
Sure.
Mission Paperclip is fully approved by Will.
Hang on.
What's a paperclip?
Yeah, no. It's Mission Letterknife. There you go.
Say, is the capital of Arcanglia called Yalta by any chance?
No.
Oh no.
No, Aaron.
Anyways, how did you end up deciding to deal with the Republic?
Republic try to talk them into like a non-aggression something.
Okay.
With both.
Or keep them occupied enough that.
So non-aggression with Republic for now until you decide to turn on them and murder them. I wonder where that happened.
That was not what we said. We're aware that the Republic are backstabbing democracies.
Yeah. George did put forward the idea of instigating civil unrest and then capitalizing on it.
Carr made no such recommendation.
Yeah, exactly. George did.
So
Other finer points aside from the war to talk. Carr having the reminiscent history shared, he does say that because of the wonderful meetings that he's had, he would wish for a longer lasting relationship between our people post-war.
The Archduke, despite your status as the nation's devil, sees you as somewhat of an equal in the fact that you're both kings of great renown. And he doesn't mind keeping the alliance going after the war. Though it's going to end up depending on how exactly Welland conducts itself, I suppose.
Then we shall see about that.
Okay, so we have
How's it
borders.
going with us?
Well, this isn't exactly right because
Because
part
that is
like,
not part of Arcane.
that part is Republic right now, and it is a pain in the ass.
Yes,
So it'd be
which
closer
is,
to like this, which would be
no.
yeah, that'd be
No. You made one mistake here.
what, just taking the Republic part for yourself.
just. Oh, whoops! Someone made a mistake with the lines on the map.
That's gonna be a war. That's gonna be a war declaration.
No, it's a border dispute, actually.
That's gonna be a special 3-day operation.
Exactly. That is a border dispute in which no land will be ceded back, but a small monetary compensation.
Look, you can't rob them of their land. You can't take more than. He's not going to be happy if you take more than them. All right.
Fine, but I have already named that place Bergman, and I've put a knife into it.
Well, it's not our place. It's a temporary.
It's their place. Yeah.
Yes,
in any
temporary
case,
free state of Bergman. Obviously, friendly.
In any
to the
case,
Arcane.
the war details are hammered out. The maps are drawn. Contracts are signed. The question is, do you want magic contracts for this?
Do they matter?
Probably should. You should probably sign in the non-aggression pact and military cooperation pact as magic.
I don't
Yes.
know. I don't think that would hold. Well, the non-aggression with Elpis at least won't hold because the person that signs it will be
without
out of
Anglia.
office in 2 years.
Yeah, the
Without
non-aggression with
Anglia,
Elpis
this
is.
So
with Arcane,
magic with Elpis is worthless.
Yeah. But with Arcanglia, you want the NAP and military cooperation pacts to be signed in magic. Everything else can be on paper.
And I think that's that. I think this is where this session should end, so I can start the next session mid-war. Unless
Well,
there's
I would
anything.
like to do
we have
the
a
opening
host
war.
of characters to talk with.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back anyways.
Well, let me put that on the AFK screen then.
mountains.
Yes, we're off the AFK thing. Yeah.
Didn't really need to take us on the Afghan screen because you were discussing war things anyhow.
Yeah. So that block there is all mountains, so we can't push that front then. Okay.
Well, the border's there because there's
The
mountains.
border on the
right.
right side, it looks the way it does.
The
because it's
entire
mountainous.
border. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well then we'll just sacrifice these outcroppings here then.
What do you mean?
Don't
That's
bother
part of the
to
mountain range.
station troops. Oh. I thought that meant like occupied territories.
Nope. That's
Well,
part of the
it's
mountain range.
mountain range part, yeah.
So really,
nothing
So
really
the plan
lives
is-
there because
yeah, it's
nothing
pretty
really
much
can.
uninhabitable. So really,
So that's
the habitable portions are the areas that we have raiders already paving the way for us for. Villages are already cleared out, so we don't have to stop by every
you-
place and get slowed down.
And you
so
can
that's the plan
rely,
then. Wheel them about like that.
and you can hopefully rely on support from Arcanglia from down here.
Well, once military forces show up anywhere near the capital, I can assume that their
They-
lines are going to be very thin.
There is a good chance they establish a second government after the capital falls somewhere up here, but
Well-
at that point it's just cleaning up.
Yeah, there was also that other
Yeah.
plan that I told you about, right? Where we're feeding information that we're going to attack here and then we attack here or something.
Yeah,
He
but
did.
it doesn't really
doesn't
work if
help
they
as
concentrate
much.
in one spot. Yeah.
But
But-
taking any coastline is better than assaulting
Yeah.
coastline
And once
with the hope
once
of getting
the
in.
capital falls, their army power is gonna go way down because they're gonna lose
This-
their.
This isn't going to be a World
Major
War II
forces.
style or World War One style war, is it? Where
Yeah, well,
they
we'll be
don't
back home in
surrender
time for
at the gate?
Christmas.
No, I mean as in they don't surrender when they lose, or is this going to be a politicians' war?
Well, when they lose the capital, they're likely to not surrender immediately because they'll still have a ton of land. But if the second defeat is probably gonna break them.
Yeah, it's going to
Right.
be like fighting France.
Okay, so politician
had to-
war. Got it.
Kind of did have to drive them all the way to the coastline, to be fair.
Exactly. It's going to be like fighting France.
Yeah.
Politician war.
So we would have to scout out this area and see if a naval landing here is possible by Hegia, and then we'll have another.
Yeah, have a consolidated push on the capital,
I mean,
So
we'll,
where
have
the
to
capital is.
we'll have to continue on into Arcanglia, where the government in exile's hiding.
Next season, everyone will
Arcanglia is
just
the.
be.
Listen, if there was a government in hiding, Arcanglia, they'd be fucking dead.
I'm sorry to say, viewers, but next season we will actually just be booting up Hoi 4.
No.
No.
All right.
Sorry, my bad.
Works for me.
Victoria 2.
Better.
No, we'll be playing
Play
Hoi
more.
3. 3 was better.
Oh God!
CK3.
I know you're German, but bleh,
It was so fucking autistic. It
so
was great.
autistic. The supply lines. Bleh.
Anyway, aside from the maptism, which I'm certain the one viewer, no,
I'm sure
26 viewers are here for.
What is wrong with you
Oh,
people?
Fred.
The final. The final.
I have to remind people that we do actually
Like
have
and subscribe.
viewers.
I don't believe
No, we don't.
this.
We don't. We don't. They are you.
True. There's like
You
have
don't
like
realize
you
this,
got
but
you have
you
like
are.
10 accounts, right? Like
Certainly, obviously, do.
Have any of those viewers said anything?
Nah, well, I don't actually have a pop out. The viewers have increased, so one of you has gone to check.
I have gone to check.
Let me check.
There is one viewer who said, "Please do a 360 no scope." Thank you.
Wait, really?
Thank you. Who was it?
Thank you for being. I mean, how do you
Anything.
even pronounce that name?
Nah.
Give them
well,
a call out. Come on.
Saxony.
We'll call out. We'll call out our fans.
How do
And-
I
Round of
pronounce this
applause,
name?
everybody.
If a fan actually donates money, then we'll give you Invader.
I don't.
There's
have
no
that.
way to donate money.
Oh,
We don't take money for this. This is free.
I just opened the stream and it says one. Okay, now it says two watching now.
I just
Okay,
want
so
to
it says
sell
two.
Invader for a profit. There is literally no further donations requested.
Wait, there's a like?
No.
Oh god.
Probably very-
It was from the
Which
start of
one
the
of you?
video.
No, Verdant, yeah.
Still 50 subscribers though. Anyway.
What a 10.
Okay, well,
Look,
I've
if
drawn
you
out
get
a...
half of if you get half of all of your subscribers watching, like you're doing better than most channels.
That's true.
Damn.
So here's my proposal, a simultaneous strike once we've advanced to the proposed border of Arcane.
It is such a shame that
Launching
we
naval
can't
strike.
pull this.
On the second phase, and just
It is.
crush them.
It is such a shame we can't pull this off the next couple of sessions because this is the end of the season because scheduling conflicts. However, it will
Scheduling
be back.
conflicts, meaning there'd be a week between sessions, and Bright doesn't want to deal with that. Anyway.
You people barely remember what happens every week.
True.
No,
Which means
I
it won't be any
remember
worse.
Sally was never paying attention in the first place. Invader sometimes pays attention.
I remember what happens. I just don't always say anything.
And it's a coin toss if Arizim is playing Necopar or something during the session.
So, first modus is to push south, push into Android, take Android, wipe out the camp.
I said we're done with the map autism.
Then
Thank you,
push us
Bright.
into Rebel. Okay.
But why are we done with the map autism? We could drag it on
More
forever.
maptism. We can keep going. We can get more autistic.
In any case,
I mean, nobody wants to. I mean, you're thirsty over Solea, but you see this right here, and you're like, oh, no, I'm good.
there.
See what? Where?
Oh, I see someone put wood in there. Good job, whoever did that.
What would?
Ah, yeah, right. Lane. Oh, and then that also.
I don't think. I don't
I'm
think
just
you
glad
would
that
survive.
Sally has not typed wood under Richard. Way to keep
He
No.
yourself,
doesn't want the Richard.
No, I was saying about the character
she
because,
prefers
like,
the deck.
the way you talk,
Yeah.
he should be, like, have a lot less muscle mass.
Who?
What do you mean the way I talk?
The way you talk, Verdant, he should have a lot less muscle mass, like a nerd king rather than like a strong king. You know?
Wait, you mean Carl?
What are you?
Yeah.
Sally, do
Yeah.
you know what we're talking about right now?
Yes.
No, you
she
don't.
doesn't. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
but
Oh, I
to
just
be
want to
fair,
insert the fact. That's what I
Kat
was.
is a nerd. She's right.
Yeah, your character does not match your persona.
Car is a nerd. He is a twig.
Your character should
You could
wear should wear glasses and should be skinnier. Not that.
Yeah, the sort of
Oh, so what were you
a
talking
face
about?
that can only be pushed into lockers.
Anyway, we have reunions with people that we saw in Hagia at the very least.
I gotta see my,
I'll
friend.
wave at Crab Girl.
I gotta meet
Well,
my friend for life again.
Wave at Sheep Girl. I guess.
War
Oh, Richard. No, I would not have
Warm.
relations with Richard. Thank you, though.
meeting dismissed.
You wouldn't get to know him first, huh?
Your web.
I-
My webs are in your armor. Shut up.
That is true. You do have your sticky stuff wrapped all up over.
Stop flirting.
Jesus Christ!
It's the
Stop flirting.
one fucking rule we have.
Well, yeah, why else do we break it?
Hey, you should mention something about the
Leave it alone,
racism.
everyone.
I want you to get another point removed. It'd be funny. Come on, Invader. You know you want to do it.
I've only been removing the negatives.
God dang it.
I get more
What?
powerful with every racism I commit.
All right, so Aether
We
was
need to
going to
start
meet
stripping
Crab Girl.
defense from you for racism.
Yes, he is a.
Yes.
He is met up with his friend for life that he made.
The crab girl greets you more properly this time. Shakes your
Does
hand.
he? Yes,
It's
as
odd.
He shakes her claw. You know,
So her
with
shell
Derek,
repaired
asking
itself,
how
right?
things have been.
Well, pretty boring. She's just she's Angelise's bodyguard, so she spends most of her time in the castle.
Yeah,
Not
bodyguard
doing
work can be pretty intense, honestly.
I have experience in it myself.
Last time I was doing it, our entire ship got sunk, and I had to. Anyway, long story.
Well,
Fun
hopefully
times.
nothing like that happens again,
Yeah.
or to me.
Of course, I wish you that much luck. It's most of us don't have that problem, but hopefully you don't.
Well, I mean, even if the ship crashes, I can breathe underwater, so I'm fine. But
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't breathe.
I prefer,
so, same here.
I prefer to keep my charge alive. What with it being my entire job and whatnot.
Well, as you can see, mine is alive here, but yes.
Should I have you roll deceive?
What do you mean? He's alive.
Probably.
Look
I
at him, he's
suppose
alive.
I suppose by definition. I suppose what definition of alive you use is the question.
He did not perish from the wreck.
being resurrected long ago means you're alive. If you haven't
Fair
died
enough.
since. I mean, I don't even think that's in question.
Well,
Anyway, generic catching up and being happy to see his friend goes on.
So
Okay,
are we still broke?
Yes.
kind of. You don't have your cash
Until we
on
get.
you.
We don't have any cash, don't have any magic items. We still have not met Otto. Because he's just been a bitch to reach. Let's see. Did Richard just stick around after the war thing ended, or did he just?
Well, I'm sure he'll stick around and have a chat with you at the very least.
Okay, I guess he's gonna.
Him and his wife versus you and your wife. I think you two would win, but
Well, in a room, if combat broke out in this room, we'd win. So
This thing, we could take over this country
I
right
think
now.
we could.
I mean,
right now.
there's more of you, sure.
There's also
But-
more of them outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what are they gonna do? Oh yeah, we avenged him. We still lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because their head of government would still be removed. That is true.
Meanwhile, Carr just wakes up back in Will and completely fine.
Yeah, exactly. Like we don't. Aside from what we've got on us, we don't
Yeah.
lose.
What are you gonna do? Call the guards? You can't unregicide yourself.
You can't unregicide yourself.
By the way,
Alright, well.
we would still lose something. There are 3 mortals with us.
I wouldn't call El mortal.
Listen, I can replace all of them.
L is not reviving.
Horrible.
El is not
Can I?
dying.
El can fly.
L is not post-mortal.
The guard captain I can replace easily. And who's the other mortal again? I forgot.
Yeah, you can't replace Chun's girlfriend or Carl's wife.
I don't want to.
I don't think you would.
Are you sure you don't want to? Wouldn't it
To
be
be fair-
funny though?
Didn't you see how well Chun treats her wife?
You know what we could do, you and me, is that I could swap for your body, or you could swap my life for my face, and I could swap for your body and face. Or I could swap for your body, and just the body, and just do that for the remainder of the evening.
I use your face and you use my body, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Understood.
Jesus.
And we do that. No, we only start doing this when people start to, if people start getting drunk.
Yes,
And then we don't tell them about it the next day.
exactly. Plan
Yeah.
agreed to.
What
Shakes hands.
sane individuals you are.
It's just the mask talking. It's just the mask.
Well-adjusted, normal people.
Well-adjusted masked individuals.
So, conversation between the husband-wife duos is essentially, how's your family? Everything holding up well and leadership. All that.
How's your family? Plentiful.
That's Car's answer. I don't know about Richard's answer.
Yes.
Not how many is your family?
Abundance.
Richard's family is less abundant, but he's got his daughter here. He went for quality over quantity.
I assure you that my son Talon is the highest of quality.
You ate him?
Until he's met myself and my retinue, he was doing quite well in that tournament.
Slated to win, from what I heard.
I sound like an absentee dad. Until my son met me, he was doing quite well.
Until my son met me and I beat him.
Beat the shit out of him, reminded him who's his father.
Wasn't there for went up to get a smoke. 100 years later, comes and beats him up.
Beats his ass. The only family bonding they have.
Not to mention that he's had quite the knowledge taught in imposed upon him on rulership by my lovely wife.
Well, Angelise has proven quite the genius, really. But that's just an opinion of a father, he says.
And
His daughter says, "Thanks, Dad."
No, she is.
Have people been drinking?
No.
Because if they
Unfortunately-
have, his daughter said, "Thanks, Dad."
Unfortunately for everyone involved, they didn't bring out alcohol in this room.
especially for
Especially
Aura.
Aura.
It was a sober discussion.
Yeah, but we're in the casually conversing phase. Shouldn't they be drunk or something?
No.
Well,
It's
they
not
didn't
part of
drink
the
yet.
culture.
Ah, okay. I will walk
I mean,
away.
they can drink, but they haven't called the servants yet.
No. When I
There's
just you heard me say I walk away. I come back as a servant with trays of alcohol.
Where did you find the alcohol?
Stole it.
The kitchen.
Do you know where the kitchen
And they
is?
just Yeah, and they
I
just
just-
let a random servant boy come in and take.
Well, he can turn himself into a servant girl if he wants
I
to.
saw the servants earlier. I literally saw two of them and they looked the same. So if there's just the third one,
Actively
Yeah,
getting
it's
people
just-
in trouble again.
They're all related to each other.
yeah.
That mask
What?
was the worst magical item you could have given him.
It's a great item. I approve of it 100%. You're
Like-
using it correctly, Aether.
You don't approve of mine.
The second worst magic item would be the mask given to Amaryllis.
Yeah, the mask that helps,
Yeah.
the mask that disguises everything but your face.
To be fair, at least now she has a human body.
Well,
Actually, I don't think
her
that's an
face is
upgrade.
hidden, so therefore it gives her good looks.
I don't even think it's an upgrade, though, actually.
No, this may be
Hmm.
this may be untoward to ask, but is your family's lineage secured? Has your daughter been finding someone among the clans to unite with?
She has been taking her time with deciding a consort, and I can't really blame her. It's a big decision. And if she picks someone from Arcanglia, most of the other clans are going to be at least partially upset by it. Not an enviable position.
Then I may put forward the unorthodox choice that were things going well between us and the compact.
Now, if you suggest Talon, you will get a rib. You will get an elbow to
I'm
the
not-
ribs from Mel.
No, not.
He's suggesting himself.
No.
Oh God, you will also get an elbow to the ribs.
He's
No,
suggesting Aethif.
No, because
I mean, if you really want to.
your crap
Hey,
girlfriend.
Also, isn't he a skeleton?
Aethif would have declined.
To be fair, we
We-
can change the fact that we're skeletons.
There is an abundant quantity of my family that hold quite high positions that will make your daughter most comfortable in life, were they be lucky enough to be chosen by her.
Well, it is up to her. Though, I suppose I should thank you for the offer, regardless.
Make fun of him for being a Republican for allowing his daughter to choose. What are you? What kind of monarch are you? It'll be a great taunt.
Well-
Nothing will go wrong.
But you don't arrange
see, the
your
thing is,
marriage
that
before
only-
your children are born.
See, that only works if your children aren't as competent as they are as Angelise is.
Which is 80% as competent as Talon is, apparently.
Possibly. Well, then again, Talon has 100 years on her, so...
And 20% as competent as River, apparently.
Listen, do not compare any of these people to River.
Do not touch.
River would have won that war single-handedly. Also, did Sally just leave? I think Sally's
Yep.
just dead.
Yeah.
Yes. Was
No,
River
I'm
the one
still
that was-
here. I just have to start driving. So
She's
Was River
driving
the
us
one
You're
that we
driving me
found-
fucking
that we-
nuts.
where we found the underwater tomb defiled?
No, River was the... Well, you've met her a couple of times. She's the... she's the fish.
You wore her face to access the underwater tombs.
that was pretty
Yes.
funny.
Okay, so I did remember
wasn't
that
there for that,
name
but I heard
from
about
that
it.
scenario. It's just she was
Yes.
a different character in that scenario. Got it. She was me, to be specific.
Yes.
She was a different character. She was me.
Yes. Me.
Maybe the true River was me all along.
hmm
I think I should actually have a discussion with the
General
Axel.
and Axel.
Yeah.
As you approach them, you can hear them whispers shouting at each other about where she's been and how she got lost that far away and whatnot. Though
Well,
when she mentions that she
I can't-
sleepwalked, she the general seems to relent.
He's very understanding about this sleepwalking halfway across the
Yeah.
continent thing.
Well, excuse
So-
me.
Well, he seems to know more about it than he lets on.
Can we have a scene where she like accidentally wins a marathon?
Also, does Aethif get proper recognition for tracking her down and rescuing her? Because I feel like that's something that
I'm
would happen.
sure you were
You-
praised.
you got a
back
head
You
when
pat
did
for it.
get recognition. You've had it.
You got headbutt for it.
You thought it was someone else at that time. That doesn't count.
You still got the head
Well, he can
pat.
headbutt. Well, he can headbutt you when you're yourself if you want, but
Look, you don't have ears to fluff while being head patted.
to be fair, you've only got the skull, right? Head patting the skull isn't really closer
No,
to polishing.
That more evokes Shakespeare than it does Good Boy.
To be or not to be, that is the question.
To be or not to be, a complete fucking menace in your case.
On it? Wait, what's like the most Shakespearean
knows about
insults that we can come up with?
You egg.
You egg.
Your mother was a goose and your father
What
smelled
about, like-
elderberries.
No,
Can you like
that's-
call somebody a barnacle?
hamster.
Is that
Yes,
how
hamster.
Britishism works? Like,
Also,
is
I'm a
it,
scoundrel.
isn't barnacle an insult?
I mean, it does sound rude.
Not really, unless you're a pirate.
I don't see how a barnacle
from
would be an
SpongeBob.
insult. I don't see
Maybe
how a
like
barnacle would be an insult
maybe
considering
attachment
their
issues?
penis to body ratio.
No.
Yeah.
But what about
Well,
you have a
being called
big
dick is an
wait?
insult.
Wait, no, you have a big dick, but you also have like attachment issues, aka a barnacle.
Stop describing me.
You do, but you have nothing else going for you.
You can't
she wasn't, she
prove
said
that,
big dick.
Invader. Yeah, you can't. You
I'll
can't
have you know
prove
my name
that.
is Tom.
My poor hairy knees.
Could you stop freaking doxing yourself?
Who's Harry?
Also, I forgot.
Also, your name isn't Tom.
I forgot what his
That
name
is
was.
true.
Wait, stop saying that! You're so stupid! Holy frick, you need a parent!
It might be
Oh,
true.
okay, sorry.
Look, he won't set his name.
Sorry.
He won't set his name basically public on Discord because
You-
he linked
you-
a Spotify account. I forgot his name, but
What an
it
idiot.
was there and it wasn't Tom. Uzuru is Tom.
Useless.
It's part of my name.
Oh, frick, man.
I don't care.
Anyway,
So
Anyhow.
that's the point.
and
is I
enough
don't
personal
care.
drama.
Wait,
Enough
When
personal
are we gonna
drama
bring
and both
Axel-
literal and metaphorical dick measuring.
Axel's thighs are quivering over here.
thighs?
That's
Yeah.
not what was
What the
happening,
frick?
but
What the?
That
There
George
was
is
an
mere
argument.
approach. That's impressive.
Are you sexually attracted to aquatic animals?
No.
No.
would you the fish?
Do
I
not
would the
fish.
actual.
I slowly pulls my goldfish away from him.
Do not goldfish.
That is
Anyway,
So
I mean,
they
you did
realized
keep
that
George
a
is going to
skeleton was
approach.
sneaking up on
Yeah.
him.
I don't sneak.
Right, you clang.
you're playing strip.
No, I don't clang. It's padded. They can hear the
With
fucking
my-
footsteps. It's
with-
metal on
with-
stone, my man.
With my
Clang, clang,
spider silk,
clang.
nonetheless.
That's true.
Sorry.
She's coming wrapped up in
Clang,
a sticky stuff.
Clang. Clang. There we go.
You made it
Okay,
worse,
whatever.
not better.
Yes, Georgie is going to just approach, and if they keep arguing, he's just going to knock on his chest plate.
Please don't knock up your
Well,
chest plate.
As you approach, they turn to you and greet you. The rather small but agile man shakes your hand.
I
No.
will give him a firm handshake.
In fact, he's smaller than you.
Ooh, major.
Yeah, I'll give him a firm handshake.
He's a.
Wait, he's 5'8".
Maintain eye contact, or socket to eye
You are-
contact.
You are surprised by the fact that he's able to return the handshake with equal vigor.
Ooh, impressive. Got a good grip on you, sir.
No flirting.
Thank you. No flirting.
That's not flirting.
Is that the rule of the war room? No
That-
flirting?
No,
Listen,
room.
Look, he had to specifically institute it after Richard and his wife got a bit too carried away.
Understandable.
The rest of the council voted, and no flirting in the war room.
Damn.
Understandable. I have to accompany car places. I know how it feels.
Yes,
Huh.
only car.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I can't
only car.
even
Everyone in
begin to
the
speak of.
lesbians.
So kings. So kings are the same everywhere.
Purpose, yes.
There's nothing perverse about what he does.
So I see you're the
Everything's
general.
perverse.
Yes.
One of the leading general,
See?
anyhow.
If I may, did you come up from the ranks, or was this more of an inherited position?
I came up from the ranks, though I do have noble blood in me.
Well, I can't fault everything about you then. Well, I am
He
a
laughs.
soldier myself. Particularly mercenary in my day. Fought in
Can't say I've-
a few smaller conflicts.
Can't say I have the brightest view on mercenaries. It's likely to turn their back on you if you start losing, as they are to keep going.
Ah, that's where we came up with something different. We'd only sign on for the particular battle, you see. We'd get paid by the battle. That way, if the whole front started to shift, we weren't betraying anyone's trust.
It was very trust if
Well,
you're
you-
untrustworthy in the first place.
At least you're more honest about it than most.
Oh, I made it my duty, to be honest.
Yeah, they
Easiest
got
way
they
to
got paid
attract
after
customers.
losing half their men.
See, as a blacksmith, I also had to be honest in that, so sort of just carried over.
Oh, I see.
Yes, the namesake is accurate. A skilled weaponsmith. Although, compared to my progeny and their skill with architecture and the arts, I don't hold a candle.
From what I've heard, they make quite the wondrous things over there.
They
Don't have
seem
any in
to.
Arcane.
Stop loading, Sally.
Don't really have a need for them either. I'm sure this city is proof enough that we've architects of our own.
That is true. I did see the lovely statue of the Archduke outside. And I must say, it's a bit of a shame for me. Most of my descendants don't seem to have picked up same skill with the sword. Doesn't seem like that's hereditary, but your young girl here, Axel, is she's quite impressive of her own.
She seems happy to be getting some praise.
Does her gills wiggle?
What
or
did
her
she
tail?
do?
She does not care what
starving
she,
She
does not care about if she did or anything that deserves the praise. She just cares about the praise.
Yeah. Yeah, she's salad.
What?
Well, the general says, well, I hope my I hope Alex won't or Axel won't have to pick up a sword if this war goes well.
Well, one can only hope one's descendants don't have to. I think it's always best if they at least learn to defend themselves. But your lovely daughter did do us a grand favor in guiding us here. So once more, I would offer my congratulations. And thank you, Axel. While I myself might not have, I'm sure the others were quite thankful that they didn't have to starve or risk it.
True.
She didn't help us with food.
She offers, you're welcome.
Wait, does she flap her gills or wag her tail? Tell me.
Both.
Yeah, both.
Her gills are strange and animated, and her tail is also strange and animated, though at different times and for different meanings. If she starts flapping her gills at you, she's flirting. That's how Axel always she knows the rules of the war room.
So they're twitching, but not flapping. Got it.
She is not shaking her gills at you at all. You are a skeleton.
You know, kind of like when human ladies start flapping their lungs at you.
Doesn't that mean they're just trying to run away from you?
No, it means they're being blood-eagled.
Thanks, I hate it.
People being blood-eagled too.
Converts myself into an axolotl and starts flapping my gills at him. I'm kidding. No, I don't do that.
You're not no
George just turned around and said, "No flooding."
Meanwhile,
it's just a war room.
Meanwhile,
Take
went
that
off to
side.
get a drink.
Really, no one.
All's fair in love and war.
Richard is considering calling another vote on that no flirting rule.
Wait, in which direction?
He thinks he might win this time. What with the amount of people in this room?
Foreign dignitaries and the retinue.
To be
count
fair,
as,
Chun would,
voting
I'm
members.
sure Chun would enjoy the flirt with a girlfriend.
I'm pretty sure there are rules about the people that get a vote at the war room.
Oh, this is like a modern
He's willing.
Democrat city.
He's willing to bend those rules if it means getting what he wants.
Absolutely, truly,
Well,
ruthless man.
However,
to finish up,
he
the
decides
Wait,
against
if he bans the no flirting rule and then he gets the wrong woman's attention, what is he gonna do?
Oh, he's not gonna flirt.
The know that woman rule.
Yeah.
No ugly hag rule.
No, agree.
Bag
No,
over
no
head
ugly
rule,
hags, but
applied.
black love.
Amaryllis just starts crying. Nobody knows why.
God, the schizophrenia is
the mask
strong.
just drinks
She's
the
just grim.
Look, you aren't even the oldest woman in this room.
No, that's true. Not by
Yeah.
even a long shot.
I think that honor goes to Elle.
It does. Alright,
Ella's,
anyways, we're in this
Ella's
conversation.
fine.
Yeah, how the frick did you pull Elle as a nerd? Other than money.
Because he's not a nerd, he's a
Whoa.
Chad.
Money.
He's a
He's
nerd.
not a Chad! You know what looks like a Chad? This entire time has just been nerd behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
I
party
mean,
decided
you've been outvoted. You've been
Well, if the
outvoted on
party
your
thinks
own
he's a
character
nerd,
sheet.
look, if the party thinks he's a nerd, that's the party's thing, I think.
Yeah,
You
can't change their mind.
That's kind of their problem, though.
Look, can he swing a sword for any,
Exactly.
like in any way, in any
He's,
skill?
can't
he's,
show
he's given
all-
up swinging his sword because he knows that there are better applications of strength.
Uh-huh,
Yeah,
so
that's
he's
what a
gone-
nerd would say, you guys!
Exactly. He's a fucking
Put on your
nerd.
glasses! Take out your contacts!
Hang on, Bright. Is there a locker or a chest in this room?
Oh my god, I'm gonna get
No,
I'm
Otto's not
shoving
here
him in
yet.
it.
If you don't then intentionally get LASIK wrong, so you need them, then put on your glasses.
Yeah.
Of course,
we need a chest to shove the car into.
of course, the
Not his
whole
wife.
him being a nerd thing kind of falls apart when you realize he's got enough magic to kill most of you in this room in a single turn.
When you
He's
jump
still a
it!
fucking
That's the
nerd.
point!
How is that the point?
That's not the point!
It's the point because it's not his actual strength. He's
There's
just
no
using his
bodies hitting the
fucking mind.
floor!
Yeah. Oh, no, nerd, I can cast magic spells at you. Magic missile.
Magic!
Little
Magic
fucking nerd
freaking
gonna
missile!
flip through his spell book. I'm so scared.
Look. What's gonna
Says
happen
one
is
who
that his
needs a
wife is gonna
sword.
beat you up.
Yeah, use a sword or my fist. I can just beat you to death physically. Well, not you, actually.
With the pommel!
Actually, no, you
With the
can't.
freaking pommel!
I could end Carl rightly.
I don't think you could. You could try.
You could throw
we test that
a
theory out?
direction, it will be deflected.
Can we have a P-
But you can
Can we
definitely
have a
throw
PvP
it.
session? Can we-
So I imagine this conversation is all happening in person
No,
because
it's not.
the drinks have been arriving on account of Ace that keep bringing them.
The prestige of Woodland has just like plummeted in this one conversation.
Look, everyone, whatever you spike the drinks with, everyone's too drunk to care.
We're up on the table, fucking arguing.
Is that-
Wait! Everybody's
why-
drunk?
Yeah,
Is
I
that-
brought drinks.
Yeah, is
Oh
that
yeah,
the reason-
okay, we swap.
Would you stop getting so excited? Is that the reason why Richard suddenly brought up the no flirting rule because the drinks came
Yes.
Alright, we need to have a conversation with the same person, you and I, with the different heads and bodies, but we rotate out the conversation throughout the entire night, and we want to make Nightmare feel for them. Who's the target?
Let's see. I've already decided to stop being mean to the crab, so not her. We'll go
That
up
would
to
be pointless.
we'll go up to the old man that didn't thank me for rescuing his daughter or granddaughter.
Yeah! Just I stick out a little like spider leg.
Well, the
and,
one
like,
still
smack
having a
the back of your
discussion with
lap.
George.
Yes. In
Yeah.
the middle of the discussion with George.
We physically push George out of the way to proceed on this gag.
You'll just get punched.
Yeah, and I'll tie you up with my spider webs. I don't see the issue.
Oh.
No
See,
flirting in the
you
war
like
room,
it.
goddammit.
Well, this is the
Hey, look,
drunk
I've got the
room.
gauntlets of show grip. Don't worry.
No, you don't.
I'll be gentle.
By the way, what did my
They
boots do?
No, you can't. You still have no idea, and you didn't put them on anyone who
He's
might have an
put
idea.
them on himself.
Yeah.
Well, they don't really do anything on you.
Oh, I get it.
The
Well,
hard
come
truth.
here, Racer. You'll grow some skin in a few days when you come back.
Ugh, ugh. Wait, on which part of the
said-
body?
And he's
Drawing
just
a
taking
sword.
the express trip to Willand.
Yeah, one way shipping.
In pieces.
Yeah,
Anyway,
let's get you back home.
Lane. how's
Anyway,
she going?
questionably canon events aside,
On to
less-
more questionably canon
Le-
events.
Less than
Lane has
questionably.
been doing quite well for herself actually. Made court wizard.
Congratulations are in order.
Yes, she thanks you. She says that you move on rather quick.
I would never have been described as such.
She's eyeing Elle up and down. She's considering. How does she measure up?
I'm pretty sure L is immeasurable.
Cringe.
Well, she's got some measurements. 3 of them.
Yeah, her tail length, her tail girth, and her wingspan.
Must
You
resist.
should have said tail, wings, and horns. At least make it separate body parts.
Oh yeah, I gotta do that too.
I guess it's supposed to go from top to bottom, be horn, wings, tail. The HWT
Meet Elle,
metrics.
my wife of 100 and or so years.
You were married?
120?
How dare you?
Pardon?
You were married? How dare you? I didn't know you were married. This is scandalous. Absolutely.
Oh God.
Well, so much for that alliance.
Well, she's just a court wizard. She doesn't hold enough power to break the alliance, but... Yes.
Court nerd.
I did
Yes, but this nerd was married.
pass on invitations to come home.
What? To your... She's just flabbergasted by this. The audacity.
Yeah, imagine if the general
In front
knows
of his
this,
wife,
George
too.
If the general knows this, George would just say, as I said, perverts.
All kings, really. I swear to God.
Every last one of them.
Never met one.
My
who
own
isn't.
lord was like this.
This is just how kings are in this universe, I guess.
Utter,
I'll say in that
unrepentant
universe, they're pretty
sex
bad in
pests.
this one too.
Well, I'm pretty sure that if we go to Elpis, the Republic leader is not any better. Actually, maybe worse.
Look, there might be a
Maybe
slight,
worse.
there might be a small island off the coast of Elpis.
No.
No.
Let me tell you
No.
how the upload used to be.
Oh, no. You know, some say the
This one night
absolute
in a brothel.
vanished from a jail cell with nothing but his bedsheet. But it was much too weak to hold his body weight.
That's strange.
Well, the guards were not looking either. It's bizarre.
All the security magic stones were failing to record.
Yeah. Guards were asleep, actually, is what we later found out.
Well, that sort of thing doesn't happen in Willand, so down with the Republic, I guess.
So,
I mean, you sort of, a prisoner sort of went missing for you, but we aren't sure he was meant to be there in the first place.
Not quite sure who he was. The guards don't remember putting him in there.
Yeah.
He just kind of
Oh,
appeared
and,
there one day, and they thought that the last shift pulled the guy in.
George will say to the to Axel and the grandfather, or father. Was it grandfather?
Grandfather.
Grandfather. We will just say, oh, if you ever do find yourselves in Willand, or to be honest, anytime I actually have a forge nearby I can use, I do owe you, Axel. So please, come pay a visit at some point, and I'll make something just for you.
Maybe once this whole war business is over, I imagine travel is gonna turn rather difficult.
Yes, and believe me, I won't withhold my skill in any way.
No flirting.
I have to
What? What the fuck? Oh.
a little bit of flirting.
Why is he flirting with the grandfather? I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm flirting with the granddaughter in front of the grandfather.
It's the booze. That's the claim, anyway.
Well, for
George
what it's
is a
worth,
widower. He's come to terms.
Wait,
Oh, I
with
see.
anybody? Wait, he's come to terms with anybody? Is that what it is?
No,
I see.
he's come to terms with the fact his wife is dead.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
Yeah,
and
with
that means he's throwing
anybody.
himself at anyone. Exactly. Yeah, with anyone.
So he found like some 200-year-old axolotl general to say, hey, wanna see how it works
Hey.
out?
Some 200-year-old
Yeah, you fight
axolotl's
these
granddaughter who's just sailing from the jungle where he'd be wandering for much longer
Oh,
than
you
any
fight-
of you would
You're
live.
making her watch?
Hey, you old man fighting wars recently? I've fought in a few wars. Freaking military riz.
I praise her.
Zero
You
riz,
climbed to
negative
the
riz.
ranks.
I've praised her. I've thanked her
Ooh,
profusely.
the
I've
Rizzler.
offered her my skills.
So, old man, is there any reward for tracking down and rescuing your daughter from a horrific occult sacrifice?
Don't talk about that.
So talk
Why
about the
not?
occult
I didn't bring
sacrifice.
that up on purpose.
A cult
Everybody's
sacrifice?
freaking flirting with her.
Her
I want money.
Oh,
grandfather.
yeah, true.
I just want money.
As the only one that has money right now.
Yeah, but he wants more.
George is staying silent.
I mean, that's literally my mission, is to get more stuff. You know, I just got that mission from the spider.
Yes.
Wait, he did mention cult sacrifice, right?
Yes, he did.
Not your cult.
I get really well, yeah, but I
Not
get
your
really
cult.
freaking nervous at this.
Well, sorry, not so much
Well,
cult. It was more the spirits themselves.
Wait, are
trying
you
to
shaking
sequester.
your gills
It was really
now?
creepy.
I know,
The,
I'm the body of what's his face? Your character.
The axolotl
No.
general
Oh, for God.
stares you down and asks, "What
Just pull
cult
Axel away.
activities? What cult sacrifices?"
I specify that it was more like evil spirits personally trying to sacrifice her. It was really creepy, but don't worry, I rescued her. You're welcome. So, any money?
No, hold on. He pulls out a pouch of cash, puts it in your hand, and stares you down again and asks, "What cult activities?"
Okay, how much money's in that cat? I glance how much.
Just shake it. It
Yeah,
feels
I
a little
know.
bit light.
Just start scratching your head lightly, saying like, "I kind of remember one, but I'm not sure."
That's literally my plan, but I first want to know how much there is. So how much is there?
Judging by the weight, it's probably like 25 platinum, which is 250 gold.
It's really getting hazy. I almost forgot.
He takes your other hand and puts another pouch in.
That was a 6.
Having heard this, he looks over to Axel and says, "Oh, nice to meet you. Oh, hey,
Attaboy. Now go enjoy your pocket money.
Can we take her with us?
having saved enough for his retirement, is never seen again.
It's never seen again. That's freaking brilliant.
The end.
The end for his character. He needs a new character sheet, guys.
Well, the axolotl general goes back to pretending like he didn't just bribe someone to shut up about something.
By the way, can we just
Perfect experienced politician.
I'll be honest, since like he's trying to hide the fact that she's involved with this stuff, can we just like take her with us? Because like I don't
Not
really
without her
feel-
permission.
I have just
Arcane.
offered to bring her with us, or have her come to us.
I
Yeah.
need to like I'm gonna go.
Well, come to George specifically, but
I don't
Nobody
Yes,
says
think
that's
the
doing that.
grandfather would be overly keen on letting you keep her.
Quite frankly, I think he's waiting for her to take sleepwalks.
No, not waiting. It's just
Eagerly anticipating.
he knows she's different and important.
Sorry, for the sake of writing that down, how much was that again that I got?
A grand total
grand.
of 500 gold.
Can somebody
500 gold,
generate him
500
like two
500
two
gold.
500.
5,000.
can somebody can somebody generate him 2 pounds of
I'm gonna just check up on the salesman note and the lull in the
Wait a
conversation.
second, I thought it was 5,000. You're kidding. Just 5,000.
500.
He might be.
Well,
a bit more
it's a lot of
questionable.
it's a lot of fucking
He might
gold
he might
for,
he might have a better memory
for a
for
bribe.
500 gold.
Look,
Yeah.
it's a lot of fucking gold for a bribe. The 500 is nothing to slouch at.
I think
I
that's
mean-
a lot to check,
Oh,
but
my-
it is enough to still scratch my
Like,
ears.
remember the fucking bird, the dire bird boss you
Oh my
faced?
God,
Didn't you earn a collective like 100 or how much was it?
It was 1,000
500
or
gold
so.
each. It was like
Okay, well, you know what? Here, let me slightly edit the ending of that. He says, yeah, "Oh, good to know that." He say he after pretending to meet them, he says, "Oh, nice to be such close friends with you. I'll remember that later. See ya."
considering sending
Wait,
assassins.
so like
Oh yeah,
Might be cheaper.
send assassins to the guy that never wears his own face.
Might be cheaper.
To be clear, he gave across
Well-
the idea that they are friends, not that he's
Wait,
gonna try
I
to
can
shoot
see,
them.
do I sense that he wants to send assassins?
Oh,
No. You did
Anyway,
not
the
get that. You did
the
not get that feeling.
The intonation he was going at was, "We are on friendly terms,"
Right. Okay.
because at least that's what I was trying to get across there.
Because when you said I'll remember that later is
That we're friends.
That we're
I specifically followed
Okay,
up
okay,
with
okay.
friends with that.
Okay.
So, like, can we, knowing that she's in this kind of like weird situation, I wonder, like, no, I shouldn't say that.
Can
No,
we keep her? Can we kidnap her?
yeah, can we keep that? Like, no, I'm gonna walk over to Axel. Axel, working with you has been so wonderful. You've been so
Join the
wonderful to us this
discussion.
entire time, going throughout all of these different trips. You're an amazing tour guide. Would it?
No, she's
Be
just
possible-
accepting the praise.
Yeah.
Wise or
She's
holding
very
the
proud
table.
of herself.
She's had enough drinks to be normal.
Actually, she's a high functional alcoholic. I'll have you know.
she's functioning
What
very
are you-
well.
Water
drinking
hog?
at the
Taking
table.
head pats at this point.
Would it be
Fucking
possible to
Jesus
hire you
scratch.
full time as a guide?
Could you guide us back home?
I'd have
and
to
stay
ask
there?
grandfather.
Oh, your grandfather doesn't need to approve everything, surely.
Yeah, you're just going
He
on
kinda
another
does.
sleepwalk.
Well,
Well, he didn't seem too shocked by the fact that
No.
he just disappeared.
well, wait.
all the
I'll go and
time.
ask him and bring him over for you for him to approve
How much for your daughter, sir?
I got 3 cows and a sheep.
I can offer
I
you a
walk
magical sword.
I walk over to
Not right now.
No, you
her-
can't. You
her-
don't have it.
I walk over to her grandfather.
I can offer you a mask that steals your soul and it changes your body.
Give him the mask. Give him
I
the
walk
mask.
over to her grandfather, and I ask, "Oh man, Axel has been a wonderful guide for us lately. Is there any way that we could give her a good place where she's safe, away from any sort of issues, as a tour guide?"
Safe as a tour
Issues? She
guide.
doesn't have any issues. She's.
Oh no, she definitely wouldn't.
Oh,
Another one to
She's
bribe.
perfect. Him.
She's perfectly fine. She's perfectly fine staying in Arcanglia.
Right, but wouldn't she work amazing as a tour guide if she traveled across international waters to learn more about different locations?
Her job is not being a tour guide.
Well, I'm sure it would lend great skills to be able to push her forward in her independence and even being a stronger axolotl. Surely she would be very a granddaughter
She's
to be
independent
extremely
enough
proud
as
of.
it is, and I'm already proud of her.
Honestly, that's so wonderful to have a grandfather like you. Well, all these things considered, I do think bringing her along for us just for a short while to show all the international waters would be a great benefit to her, you know?
Last I heard, your last ship went a rather poor way, so I'd prefer not to have her travel with you.
Well,
Especially with you.
big!
No flirting.
Dresses up as your wife
Man,
and hisses at you.
Richard's thinking to himself, this no flirting rule seems weaker and weaker by the second.
Yes.
I am calling the council for a vote.
We're gonna get Axel this way, right? I'm gonna work the Axel angle. You work the Grandad angle.
No, hold on. You said it seems weaker by the second. I'd say it's expanding to cover even more and more. I mean, it's gonna be like the most puritanical rule by the time we're done here.
It only seems weaker. Yeah, it only seems weaker because you're expanding the definition because anything can be considered
Well,
flirting. That we are currently
Exactly.
doing.
Richard is
Yeah.
mad that he isn't benefiting from the rule.
Exactly.
I mean, he could twirls my hair.
No flirting.
Oh, God.
I think if you
That was
attempt to flirt,
ambiguous.
you're gonna find yourself with a very
Ghost
angry
girl.
lion woman.
He has a very lovely wife. He doesn't need someone that looks lovely with a mask.
No, but this Axolotl
I could be his
Grandad
wife.
might be.
With
Oh, wait, are you
Callio's
trying to set up
face.
the axolotl granddad with Sal?
Yeah,
Why?
because then we get Axolotl. She gets the Grandad.
Why?
Have you
Look, I've
considered
already-
that the axolotl is more trouble than she's worth?
No.
I've already got this guy to be broadly in the category of a guy I could call on, if I need a friend. So I don't really think we need more from him.
I dress up as Axel's
Yeah, we do. It's
grandfather and told her
grandmother.
that she's okay to go. No.
Just
I won't.
find someone else's granddaughter.
No.
Car, you got any?
I mean, he has a lot of granddaughters, but would he be willing to let you have any of them?
Well, I still have to die at some point to come back as flesh. So
It's not like he'd notice missing one of them at that point.
Most of his granddaughters are married already. His great granddaughters. Those are
ah,
some of them are bachelors. Bachelorettes.
River is soon to be married.
So is Aura, apparently.
River, I know better than River.
Or is soon
I
to
don't
be
want to
married,
die
yeah.
to Talon or River. I'm good.
I
Someone-
know better than River. I don't want to die to River.
River's astonished hearing that he's
Like
engaged.
drowning was not my preferred way to go. Not like that.
Somewhere
draw.
out there, somewhere out there, back in Will, and two sneezes are heard from River's bedroom.
Oh,
Cute.
that
Wait,
whore.
not in River's bedroom. It'd be in Tal's bedroom.
Ew. Aren't they both your
know.
grandkids?
No, it would be in
Well,
Carl's
one is his
bedroom
direct
because
kid.
It would be in Carl's bedroom because River wants to flex on him, on Al.
No flirting.
No.
No. She
River
does
knows
not want to
better.
provoke L. Just like she doesn't want to provoke Saleya right now, which is why she's in her own bedroom.
In any case, the things that are happening in Welland of questionable canonicity aside,
Well,
Isn't
if
that
Axel won't take Georgie's advances and requests to come with them, and he won't push it.
I mean, she might come to you for some armor when the war's over, but
No.
seems
I
the
want
grandfather is
Axel.
intent on keeping her in Arcane.
I don't just make armor and arms. I do make accessories, jewelries, anything to do with metal.
She seems
Where are
rather
you-
fond of her scale
I'm
mail.
sure you would have I can make you a lovely one.
This entire session is just trying to coax Axel like a child into a van with candy.
No.
Honestly, if you pulled up with a carriage with candy, you'd have a better chance, I think.
Okay, well,
Man, I know this one good shadow guy that has some candy that I can give you.
you're one good shadow guy who
it's
has
on layaway.
mine.
I had
stuff.
it.
Yes,
One
You
point.
you
had it,
get
but
your
you no
candy
longer
on
have your
layaway.
candy.
Alright, well, George will just say, like, she can just request whatever she wants. Jewelry, any accessories, anything like that. And he'll happily do it. And he'll go if it's the doctor.
Wait, how old?
What?
Asha,
What was
Not
that, Sally?
true.
you cut out.
Yeah, you cut out.
How old is Axel?
You don't ask
you
a
have
woman
no
that.
idea.
She's like 200 or something.
No,
No, she's not. The grandfather's 200.
Oh,
You-
she's like 100.
You really can't guess because axolotls are like young forever, basically.
So do you just like cut them open and count the rings, or what?
Yeah, that's basically how you do
I'm
it.
back.
I mean, if you ask Axel, she fucking lost count. So
There you
Yeah,
go.
but
then
she-
again, she loses count with
She
numbers
just
over
could be
10.
really
So.
low.
She's probably older
Goddamn
than
it,
George.
right.
She's probably older than George, right?
She's probably
What-
not
what-
really, not likely.
Well,
1
he
through
was coming up
5.
to his
What
30s
happened to
at
3
most.
and 4?
Anyway. Oh, I just got back from the
George was
store.
coming up. Well, let's see. He's coming up to his 40s when he died. So. Let's think. Well, all late 30s.
Alright.
She's probably,
I'm probably
like
gonna
20
hit-
to 30.
I'm probably gonna head out
Ah,
soon,
so
by the way. Is there
Pretty much
anything
the
else that I
same
should know?
age as George. should
Take
be.
care.
See you, sir.
Alright. Is there anything
Yeah.
else that I should know before I head out? Because, like, I don't know if the session's
Not
technically
really.
over or not.
Not really. The session's
Almost.
over.
Well, the session's over, the season's over, more
We're
or
just
less.
flirting now.
Next up
Not
is next up is Illuminati, which you say you're not coming to. So
I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not coming to Illuminati.
I hope not.
You want me
Do
to?
you ever come?
Are you? Stop that. Anyway, are you?
I said I hope you're not coming to that.
Do you want me to come now?
That,
Seems like the exact
Stop
opposite
it!
of
that
No,
sounds like
no
the opposite
flirting.
of-
I mean,
Invader,
That
lift up
sounds
your
like the
finger
opposite
from
of
your
what I
push to talk.
said.
Put your finger up. I don't want to hear your stupid voice in this conversation.
Or that background noise.
That's
Oh,
Sally's
yeah,
background noise.
true. No, that's his.
That's his.
yeah, I'm in the
That's
background.
his. Oh, I
Yes.
thought the
He's
walking
in a
around
background.
was in Sally's background noise.
No, my background
I am
noise
Sally's
earlier was me
background noise.
driving my car to Home Depot to pick up tape. No,
no, I think his response. It wasn't Invader's response to a background noise. I'm in a background. Did I
Yeah,
just?
my response was, I'm in the background.
I see.
Wait, does that constitute him as a background character?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you had to go to Home Depot to pick up tape. What, you need a new bra?
No, a wig.
You need a wig.
I
Okay.
Sorry.
You need a new wig.
I refuse to explain myself.
Okay.
Oh,
we'll tell Di about the wig next time.
there's no such thing as a new wig. That party died like a century and a half ago.
No, that's why it's new.
Wigs.
Oh.
That would explain why.
Was it? Is it like the Tories and is it the Tories and the Wigs? Is that what it was?
No,
Or-
it's not.
No, the Whigs
no.
were a different party, completely separate.
You
Why
also
wasn't
had
I
wigs in
invited?
America.
Yeah, I was about to say. See, wait, they never said Wigs too.
And
Frick.
yes, Whigs and Tories were a thing.
We said
in,
we
Yeah,
said
that's
new
what I
wigs.
thought.
in the UK, but in the UK, whereas in America,
Ew,
it
gross.
was
Why
the
do I have that
Democrat-
in my memory?
I think the others were the Democratic Republicans.
Yeah, it was the
I
Democratic
think it was
Republicans and
the
Whigs.
Democrats only at this point.
I think we're sufficiently off topic to call the session here.
Yeah.
Alright,
I
take care.
didn't get to finish.
Bye.
Yeah, you
Listen,
flirting.
started
that,
flirting.
no flirting, no flirting in the war room,
I'm
and no
not
finishing in the war room either.
Well, John wanted
When,
to
when
approach
was
the-
that voted on?
John wanted to approach the Archduke, but after
I suppose
the
you can.
conversation and seeing Oro on the table, she just looks at him with a long suffer, with a grimace. Is this always like this?
Well, he seems to be drunk enough to be part of the problem.
But just,
She looks at his wife.
just hand on his wife's ass the entire time.
Of
For
course.
John?
Well, Chun may
I-
have
I
her
hope
hand
not.
on her wife's ass too. I don't know. I don't know how you roll with drunk Oro.
Well, basically, to phrase it out of character, I lost my train of thought concerning that.
Well, Chun was gonna ask something, but then the atmosphere got too much.
With luring Axel into a carriage with candy and a bunch of things happening there, and whatever drama's happening on the other side of the room.
Yeah, she's going to wrangle Oro off the table and make her behave.
No flirting.
Chun, in a stunning display of athleticism, fucking dive bombs Aura off the table.
It's just like that one guy that leapt into the judge's stand.
Yeah, exactly like that.
That was pretty cool.
All right, I'm gonna get going.
Yeah, have a good one.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Well, anyway, Carr had one last thing to do, I guess.
Yeah, so he was still speaking with Lane, though. Of course, she doesn't seem happy. I wonder why.
You never said you were married? Fucking man whore.
God, I don't want to say you didn't ask. I believe I spoke. I believe I spoke.
Who's going
fondly
to
of my wives.
blast you with magic faster if you say you didn't ask?
I believe I spoke fondly of my family back in Willand. Though that may have been a minor feature in our other discussions. They were more
Other
scholarly,
discussions, sure.
scholarly discussions in nature. And the other discussions, of course.
Sure, of course. You've got one very pouty goat girl in front of you.
And
Man.
and a somewhat fuming dragon girl on the other side, I guess.
I guess you will have to marry her too.
What would the dragon girl's response to this be? Disappointment, I think. She's disappointed in you.
I would ask what else is new. Lane, I did ask if you would come on with me. I did not take your desire to return home as something akin to rejection of sorts.
It wasn't at the time, though at the time I had no idea you had a wife.
And you had an inkling of who I was after the tournament, at the very least.
Yes. Though, suppose I should have known better. Regardless, it is, well, it's pleasant to see you again, question mark.
I can say it's been a pleasure on my end to see you again and to see you doing so well. Were I to meet you in another position, I would have re-extended my offer, but it looks like you are content here.
You better in several positions where you extended offers. But she thanks you, and she says that she's going to be staying in Arcanglia for the foreseeable future.
Perhaps
After all,
Carl
they
could
need-
be a missionary in this position to educate her on who.
Jesus.
Listen. Just because the Absolute sends missionaries in those positions.
Does he now?
I mean, he sent Chandan.
I thought he was beyond that when he became a god.
Well, I mean, personally, sure, but he sent Chun, didn't he?
I'm a god. How can you seduce a god?
Such pure and intoxicating.
What does a god need with seduction?
Why does God need a spaceship?
Carr extends his hand. It's been an honor to be reunited. I would hope that we keep in contact on the other matters that we spoke of.
She shakes her hand and says that we'll see about keeping in contact. I'm sure there'll be plenty of chances with the war.
You have a rare scholarly mind. It would be a shame to lose it.
Told her not to
I
go
had such
crazy.
I feel it's more appreciated here, but maybe we'll change with you in charge.
I assure you, it's going through quite the number of changes currently. I do not know how far news travels. There's a school currently in production. We're hosting the first of a series of alchemists being taught in Willand. And there's smaller efforts underway to teach the common folk magic, unlike has been tradition.
Sounds fascinating. I might accept an offer to give a lecture to if the thing goes well.
Would be honored to host the great court mage of Arcanglia and Willand. Even if you go by other titles by the time war ends.
What, like Carl's wife? Second wife?
That'd be seventh wife.
Well, second in this
Read
life.
it.
second current wife.
Second existing wife, yeah.
She takes her bow and takes her leave. She is quite done with the drunk atmosphere of the room. And
Well,
the
Hey,
and
She stops right in front of L.
I got rid of an awkward situation by making everyone drunk. You're welcome.
stopping right in front of Al to give her a death glare and then leaving.
God damn. Is she jealous?
Look.
Well, John is
You have
just
to
sitting there.
understand.
Oh, behave yourself, or there will be no war for you.
I don't want a war. I want a drink.
Why did you make her sound like Sally? Get it to stop.
It's saying, I want no war. Chan just looks at her incredulously. What? How can you not want war?
How can you not want war? I love war. I love killing other people for causes I don't understand.
Look, Chan perfectly understands. It's vengeance.
I
Vengeance.
love war.
Sounds horrible in a German accent.
It is horrible in a German accent, which is why it was said in a German accent. Helsing abridged. Actually, I think Wolfsather needs to say that.
I love war.
Damn it, he can speak English too well.
Well,
Ach, ich liebe Krieg.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep, that sounds better.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I guess all other things aside, exchange pleasantries with Richard once more now that he's drunker, and allow him to convene elsewhere so he can begin the flirting that he's trying to resume.
Hey, Angelis, do you want a sister?
hey, Al, remember when we had that cute dog wife?
I'm pretty sure we are also departing from the war room.
Well, guess we left. Cool.
Because while they're sharing beer, I don't think
the
Carr is really the drinking type anymore after what happened last time.
the party winds down. Everyone goes off to have their own private after parties. Axel is not coaxed into a van with candy, despite the best efforts of Amaryllis and George.
Also because we don't have a van.
Mostly because you don't have candy.
That
That was the weakness of their plan.
How much did Axel even remember of the spirit thing? She just woke up and said, "Oh, I'm here now."
Yeah, she thought she was sleepwalking.
Does she want to have anyone look into her sleepwalking ventures?
Well, she doesn't seem to think it's a problem. It just happens.
She
to people.
appeared across the continent
Yeah.
It happens to people.
in one
Yeah.
spell. What people sleepwalk across the continent?
She does.
Axel.
Happens to people. People being me.
Happens to people. People being me. I am the people. As you leave the palace, you see someone who's strangled a shitload of squirrels show up.
He's still
Like
wearing
some
the
sort
same
of
clothes
crack-
in the shipwreck. His hands are just
Some
50%
some
squirrel
sort of
now.
some sort of crackhead consuming squirrels shows up, panting, talking about how he finally made it, how he's right on time.
Yes, the war has begun without you.
I try to remember who he is.
Morkant.
You weren't bribed to forget him.
I was joking. I was joking.
You weren't 5 to forget him. Exactly. Anyway,
That forgettable.
the
guy.
party's reunited. They leave for Willand, and we'll pick up next season.
Hey.
Yep. And next season, War, the main story quest, and other bullshit continues.
We're never getting to the main story quest. I've given up on it.
Didn't we want to go to the Malvus Cordon while the war preparations are going on?
Yes. More preparation is still
possibly.
going on, so Malvus Cordon would be thing that happened, which was what should be happening if we were continuing.